I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good afternoon to you all. I am Management and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is doing fine. It is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We continue to lift up our eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord, who has made the heavens and the earth. Good to have you all with me this afternoon. As usual, if this is your first time on the platform, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. All right, make sure you like. Make sure you share. You have to do that. That is how you support I Am Sure Sport. Can we get some new subscribers today? Yeah, that will stay subscribed, because some people will subscribe and then they unsubscribe at the end of the show. We don't want any of those kind of subscriptions. We want subscriptions that are lifelong. So subscribe. All right. Big up to everyone who is already here. From the beautiful Shore Improvement to people like English to Jam, PL Fan, Duklan, the girls, them Steak, Kalan, Ricardo Baggio, yeah, and every other person up inside the building. Yes, indeed. We are blessed indeed. Yep. Yeah, man. Kaylan, me I tell you, me I go talk about that because people, PFJL, you better come over on the YouTube and come talk to the YouTubers about streaming the games. And maybe they pay you a money out of the money they make partner with them, yeah, man. But you know we have to do some reading because we like to read because readers are leaders. And when you stop reading, you stop leading. All right. So today I am going to speak about continuous learning and growth. All right. So give instruction to a wise man and he will be still wiser. Teach a just man and he will increase in learning. Proverbs 9, verse 9. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Because leaders are learners. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. Let that sink in for a little bit. You see, we don't go to opportunity. We grow to opportunity. You see, my people, experience is a hard teacher as it gives the test first and the lesson second. The lesson learned always comes on the other side of obedience. In life, you will learn lessons. A lesson will be repeated until it is learned. So if you don't learn the easy lesson, then they will get harder. Changed behavior is the true indicator of a lesson learned. Come on, somebody. If I'm talking sense, talk to me, you know. Oh, don't it? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. We agreeing, people? Yeah, man. Good stuff. All right. It's the small changes that no one sees that create the big things everyone wants. Listening? There's a big difference between good intention and living intentionally. Life is not about intentions, but directions. Destination is determined by directions. Everybody ends up somewhere in life. Everybody ends up somewhere in life. Where are you headed right now? Because everybody ends up somewhere. What do you know you need to do, but you just aren't doing it? My word to you, do it today and don't delay. Until you do, you're living life as if life is disconnected. So many good thoughts. I hope somebody would get some pearls of wisdom today and run with it. Christopher Wright, big up. Duckland, big up. Travis Spesser, even if you stand alone, Travis Spesser out there standing. Conrad Simmons, up. Conrad Sterling, blessings. One Umbrella Sport Entertainment, how you mean, man? Big up yourself, One Umbrella. Marvin Ferran, blessed good morning, blessed day morning. I hope all is well with you and the family members. That who God bless, that should be no man curse. You understand me? Yeah. Jason, up and running. Odello, big up, big up, big up. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, man. George Preston. All right. Yeah. Yes, indeed. We are blessed indeed. Now, people, there's so much to talk about. Listen, first, let me tell you that. Sportsmax and I don't always agree now, but let me tell you, Sportsmax is a channel that I have a lot of time for. I think when it comes on to a TV channel in Jamaica dedicated to sports, they have been the best. Others have attempted it and haven't stayed in the game that long. So today, we have to put our hands together and applaud Sportsmax for the work that they have done. Yeah, man. Yeah? Big up Sportsmax. I open a hearing that, I have a big up Sportsmax and, all the people. Lance Whitaker. Alexis Nunes has been through Sportsmax. George Davis been through Sportsmax. Ricardo Chambers, big up. All of the people them. Some of the little young people them who have come through and, gotten a break and done well. You understand me? So we have to big up Sportsmax, who, made even the EPL and La Liga and the Bundesliga, all of those things accessible to people. You understand me? Pioneer in the business. Leighton, big up yourself. So we have to give kudos to Sportsmax. It is very unfortunate that, schoolboy football, JPL, cricket, NBA basketball, tennis, track and field, all right? I am telling you, we have to big up Sportsmax. And it is very, very unfortunate that for whatever reason, it is coming to an end in such a pivotal time, because I think they should be sharing in the stake of the Reggae Boys going to the World Cup, because they have been around for many of the years of struggle putting out Reggae Boys content. The ending when it is World Championship and Shelly's final raw. So I feel it for them, and I know it must be heart-wrenching having done so much work for a business like that to collapse. And I really love the channel. Honestly, I love the channel. I've learned so much, gathered so much information, and just enjoyed their content, right? And like I said, I don't know that if there's ever been any other TV station established in Jamaica that is dedicated to such a wide range of sports and stuff. And so, like I said, kudos to them. I wish that there were some investors who could just come in. Hey, we're cranky over Cranky Live. Man, buy out Sportsmax and call it Cranky Live. What do you think, people? We don't love that. If you know, see, I'm cranky. I want them to give me a work as one of the anchors there. What is Cranky Live has purchased Sportsmax. Can you believe that? Big breaking news, I'm telling you. Yeah. Somebody just tell Cranky to see if him can put in a bid over Sportsmax. All the equipment are there, the studio is there, everything is there, Just don't buy the debt. My money not so tall, you understand me? Hey, maybe we need to form a conglomerate on YouTube and take over Sportsmax. Yeah. You understand me? So, but big up to them though. No joke, right? And I'm hoping that some good investors probably can see this. Maybe I don't know, maybe Sky Sports or ESPN and do a major partnership and thing. But I kind of knew that things were going to be difficult, because when Sportsmax stopped carrying the Premier League, I think that was an indication that something was not right. You see that whole Premier League thing that fell apart on Sportsmax, I think it affected viewership and marketability and sponsorship. That was massive. That was massive. People, you remember that it was on Sportsmax that we used to watch IPL. And Sportsmax we used to watch EPL. And so when they lost like the IPL, when they lost like the EPL, it was such a difficult, you kind of sense the NBA was no longer being carried on it. And those are big reaches, in terms of people and stuff. Now, I don't know the intricate details and stuff, but they are the staffing and the stuff, good people. And like I said, I really hope that even on the last minute, Kay and Raina. I mean, them have some good people over there, man. Their commentary is normally spot on. Not sure about the analyst part sometimes, but the commentary and games first class. I mean, very good. Very good. They have helped in the marketing and the promoting and the expansion of the JPL. And we have to big them up. Really have to big them up. I am also wondering if like what is happening on the YouTube space. You understand me? Yeah, what is happening on the YouTube space may have affected the kind of viewership on YouTube. Because if you put all the Jamaican YouTube channels together, you know that it's a problem. The amount of views that they get, if you add every single YouTube view on a daily basis, we probably have more views on these platforms than mainstream media, Live view what me I talk about, Oh, Ken Raina work for, sorry, not Ken. We're big body guy here, man. At Sportsmax, man. When name? Oh, jeez. Donald Oliver. Donald Oliver, name. Yeah. Yeah, Donald Oliver. Thanks, Bam Almighty. Thank you, sir. No, big up yourself. The girls them stake. You know that I think YouTube may have affected some of the viewership over on places like Sportsmax and things. I'm not sure if digital is still engaged and involved in it. But yeah. But like you're right, Peter. Imagine Jamaica and Trinidad qualify for the World Cup. And Sportsmax is not around, man. Like, no, man, we need to. Hey, we're the petition boss. Petition boss. Oh, I need to speak to petition boss. I don't know petition boss. Presser. Petition boss. You need to put a petition, out, for Sportsmax to continue, We need a petition and we need people to sign it. Petition boss, presser. Presser. Petition boss. We need a petition out. Hey, boss, you need to do up a petition for investment in Sportsmax. We can't let Sportsmax go down, boss. That can't happen. In fact, presser, you know that there's a person on Sportsmax, I think, on one of their most recent show that was taking your position with the baller. Me disagree with them, but me know your position changed right now. Right now, you have some Mason Greenwood in. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. RR, how? Yeah. Oh, okay. Progressive Youth is saying that anybody can kind of call in and give us some light on what is going on, right? What is going on. Yeah. But because you know that CVM had taken a major hit, and it felt like CVM was going to crumble, and they are just rising again. So is there a way for Sportsmax to get there? What are some of the factors that really led to this? Because Sportsmax is a big brand. Sportsmax deal with schoolboy football, even the Trinidad schoolboy football and stuff. This is not. Well, I don't know. It cannot be YouTubers that crept into the market that kind of eat up so much of their. No. Because people still like what mainstream media provides, because it is more controlled. Big up my brethren Soul G, People whenever I'm going to England, go acting of link Soul G, Soul G have every sort of farm equipment, I know a segue from that, You can think of, Yeah, his name is what? Laje. Yeah. Laje, his name is. Oh, somebody, are you bias of Sportsmax? It is not. It is closing down. So I figure that it won't be in operation anymore unless somebody is going to Soldier, you can't buy Sportsmax, Soldier. Sell some of them equipment, they don't ask for them and buy Sportsmax, man. Presser tell Gunners to lift up. Presser Gunners the brethren about the back foot there. Presser careful though. Oh, you tell people lift up on my channel. Yeah, and Gunners and a friend, there is a different Gunners that. Me don't know. You know, them mother can't fight it. Maybe it's a joke fight that. Oh, yes, and more people. And then one of the things is really true, you know. You have a point. Sure improvement. Like a lot of people, what like Sportsmax and those things are those channels are providing. A lot of people can watch on YouTube. And then you have so many apps that you can watch football game that you don't need to watch Sportsmax anymore. Because people don't watch even TVJ news, you know, and CVM news a whole lot anymore, you know. Because everything is on social media. Everything is on social media. Like, I get so much news in sports and in just social life outside of mainstream media. Outside, I kind of listen for discussion because social media has so many areas of information. You think that Mr. Speed can Mr. Speed monitor enough? I see somebody said that Sportsmax videos have also helped. Yeah, man. Listen, if you have a good experience with Sportsmax, call in and big them up, man. Sports that Journey says, yeah, Sportsmax videos get players contract overseas. Yeah, Laje. Yeah. And him keep on saying, this is the views of Laje, boss. Yeah, and Sportsmax, you can't do that. Yeah, if you want to make them views, you have to come over YouTube. You can't be on Sportsmax and do that, boss. Why you say that Rain Scorpion, 1983? Oh, Sportsmax have a streaming app. So you think that will still be operative? What you talking about? Rain Scorpion. What did I say? Then I same thing. I don't know what you talk about Rain. Because I don't watch TV either. I really do. Most of the things that I have, I get them on social. You know? Oh. If it is a building them closing, it's Sportsmax will not be operating again. What kind of building? The man say about the building. Building? No, man, they will be. He said Sportsmax, getting them. Man said Sportsmax. Yeah. You see, one spot me that the thing there. Me I go one spot with me two, yeah, them at the game, them. That me have to go do. Sure improvement. Call in and tell them, people, there will be no more. Big up yourself. Corrupt every day. Big up yourself, corrupt every day. Good to see you, sir. Big up unseen too, you know. You understand me? You know, when time unseen touching is a mad scene. Yep. So, yeah, I really hope though, on a serious level, I would love to. I don't know what's going to happen with a lot of this stuff like schoolboy football, JPL, What is all of those things we used to see on Sportsmax? Yep. What about the people who have the app, who have paid for their subscription? Right? Are they going to be refunded, or it's going to operate until those subscription have expired? La Liga. Well, all of those things you can watch, you know. Eagle Republic. I believe we can partner and buy it, you know. Even some of the equipment them, you know. All military guna can buy some of them equipment. Some of the vloggers them can actually, I think some of the vloggers them can really invest in it, you know. I'm not joking. Talk to Crank, you know, man. Talk to some of the rich people them, because some rich people. They're on YouTube, you know. That can probably, RSM of some people, a conglomerate of people who are interested. All man like Carl Wallace. Understand me? Cartel ain't a sportsman. When I say, what is Dima asking me? How much to get the Trinidad girl for work for us? Us who? Yeah, I believe if people, what I'm saying is that I believe if people have money, they can really go and buy. Because it is shutting, it is closing down. And like I said, if you're here and you have more details onto what the details of that is, then you can share it. But as far as I know, as of the 8th of August, it will not be in operation unless somebody is going to go there and put money in it to say, I am the new owner. Yep. Everybody are asking to find out the cost. Boss, just call them, man. Just call them, the man. Maybe somebody needs to, you know, they have that WhatsApp part on their program you can call in. So the phone lines are open in 30 minutes. All right, so that's one thing. All right. The problem with Jamaica football, the problem with Jamaica's football, everyone has an agenda. When I say Dima, you keep on saying when I say who? Who? When I say we, who are the we? Give me the names of the we. Give me the names of the we, Dima. When I say we, she can be our Melissa ready. We who? Mannings, Digicel has already sent out an email notifying customers Sportsmax will no longer be a part of the cable package they offer come. You see what I mean? So, all that now, you know, your cable bill supposed to decrease. All Jamaican YouTubers who coming together to buy the space. Dimo, you need Jesus, boss. Yeah. But yeah, man, you know, look at like people like Lance Whitaker, like me say, you know, and really and truly, even Donald Oliver. Love Donald Oliver commentary and stuff. Ricardo Chambers, Calabar man, former Calabar man. You understand me? Very good when it comes on to breaking down track and field. And Ramcharan is her name. That young lady, very good. They had Alexis Nunes. What's the other one they had after that who started working for the CPL? They have had some They have some good people, man. You know, George over by Nationwide is also yeah. Pink Watch Boss over by Nationwide. He was also at Sportsmax. You know, it's a good idea. Graham, GFF Live. I wonder if we're gonna take over that, man. They also had this guy, this coach from down in Trelawney, who is normally there. They have the cricket umpire who normally help them as well. They have some very good people, you know. They normally have Sancho when they're doing overseas thing as well. I'm telling you, once Sportsmax went down the road of Dwight Jeremiah, yeah, they have some good people. So big them up, man. That's what I want to know. I want to know because I just think the fact that Sportsmax cannot carry EPL, cannot carry NBA, and IPL was a major hit. Major hit. Major hit. All right. So I had to speak about that. Yeah, man. Lance is good. People like Lance and Ed Barnes and Patrick Anderson, even Simon Kraskill, you know, those people who used to do them sports thing, they're very good, you know. When Cliff Brown, there's some people even have been around for a while, you know, out in the space doing sports stuff that are very good. And, you know, we need to give them credit. I'm talking about sports in particular. You have some good people out there, you know, who have been around for a while in the space. They have an extra track and field gentleman that normally come and help with analysis as well. And Sportsmax. Oh, geez, forget his name. I think he had been on Coach Minzy's program. Yeah, Wavelines used to be Leighton Levy. Yeah, man. Listen, Wavelines used to be there before he got involved in politics. Yeah, man. Bobby Frey used to be bad, man. Yeah, man. Ed Barnes used to be a bad cricket commentator, you know. When you come on, pan, all horse racing, Patrick Anderson and them, man, they are Lance Whittaker, you know. Them, man, they know everything about the horse. Them, we are girl up a pass, you know, boss. Up a Cayman, a spark, you know, boss. Yeah, man. Feeling line on the rough and here is explosive drag and then he takes a coffee table turn as he, yo, I tell you that. Yeah, man, Keith Brown, man, went and then one of my commentate, them off, you know, and he draws for the right hand stick and the Winston Feather Griffith as he sits in the saddle of explosive dragon and he goes around and he takes a coffee table turn into the final. Yeah, I tell you, me love listen to man never talk about that. I do the commentary pass racing about me. I tell you that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So feel it still, Sportsmax. See if we can do something to reach back on the scene, you know. But we need to move from this topic. But you can call in and talk to me about your Sportsmax feelings, sentiments, and all of those things. All right. Now, yeah. All right. Later tonight, we're going to have a show. We're going to have the Ali Cup draw live Ali Cup draw, and I am sure sports. All right. Live Ali Cup draw will be an I am sure sports. All right. Live. Ali Cup draw. All right. Bam. So tonight, 7 o'clock, Jamaican time, 8 o'clock, if you're on the East Coast. Yeah. Well, I said that this Gold Cup was the most competitive Gold Cup in its history. All right. Just get a file about the Gold Cup. But can't open it. See if I can get it. Oh, you said JFF Live was a factor. Could be. Boxing, yeah, man. Keep running good for the boxing. And free. Yeah. Parish Council. Yo. Big up yourself in a long time, you know. Long time. Yeah, want to see sports. Lindy Della Pena. Lindy Della Pena, yeah, man. All right, so let me read this, people. You want me to read this? CONCACAF delivered arguably the most competitive Gold Cup in its history. Congratulations to Federación Mexicana de Football. All right, let me take the call and then I'll come back to the article. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Good afternoon.
Yeah, big up. First of all, I want to say big up to the Man United fans them. Anyway, they not work.
Oh, that reach for the show.
Just have to big them up.
For what? For signing nobody?
No, we send somebody, but I'm just have to big them up. Like, you know. But,
all right.
You know, it's an unfortunate thing that Sportsmax is shutting down, especially when it's not a country that is blessed with like media networks for sports. You know, like England and the USA, we have like the Fox, the Monday. You know, say if one shut down, you know, say like you have a lot of options for them to like broadcast like the games and this type of stuff, you know. So I think the media space in Jamaica finds itself in a unique situation. But you know, I was having a discussion with somebody recently, and I was saying to him, like, I think when you look at media in Jamaica, it's still a growing thing, especially like even YouTube itself, right? In terms of the production of like content. I think YouTubers in Jamaica, whether like entertainment or sports, I think they have a bit more respect now compared to like 10, 15 years ago, because I remember growing up where you had like the JNL comedy and some of these guys just doing YouTube. I know like Jamaican people reaction to like cameras in public, right? Not something them did used to, whereas now they're a bit used to it. So I think the media space in Jamaica, other than traditional media, in terms of YouTube, I think it's still a growing thing. Where I don't even think a lot of young people is involved with YouTube in Jamaica in terms of like, especially sports and content creation, compared to like the likes of USA and even like England, them and, you know, certain countries in Africa. So I've seen YouTube channels where like they cover games, for example, right? Like they have the equipment and stuff and they make a good production. And, you know, obviously these things are expensive, right?
You're talking in Jamaica?
No, outside of Jamaica. I'm saying like you have like I've seen leagues like, you know, maybe like a 5-a-side league or 6-a-side and they have quality production. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, you know, obviously anything in production costs money and stuff. So I think it's very important that, you know, the JPL, you know, ISA schoolboy football kind of find some way to at least televise some games. But you see, man, I feel like I don't want to say this is a blessing in disguise, right? However, it opens the market or it opens opportunity for these people to like, for the stakeholders in Jamaica to sit down and say, listen, look how Sportsmax shut down. And now we have to go scramble to find somebody to broadcast the game then, right? When you have a growing league, you need to make sure you have something in place where for the foreseeable future, you know, say no shut down now go on. You know what I mean? Unless maybe Jamaica go bankrupt or something, people just have to go shut down business.
But Presser, that is very difficult because even in the USA, let's use a big economy like the USA, there are times when the NBA used to be on particular channels and it just, it was not feasible because, and they had to move. There was a time when they had to move from like TNT. So sometimes those things happen, you know. Because
no matter with America, they have the options, like at least now in a sense, right? So I'm saying, even if like TNT no broadcast, you know, you have different, you know, the Fox them and just different networks, right? So I'm saying at the start of the call, I said that Jamaica, we're not blessed in terms of having that much options in terms of like media networks in a sense, right? That is also serious.
Yeah, but we don't have the market for that. Like, you see the thing in Jamaica, I don't think Jamaica have like the market. It's like what? 3 million people, you can talk about those who live outside. But do we have like the market for like 5 major sporting network? I don't think we have that kind of a market. Because, to do what? Like how many you think could be sufficient?
I think at least 2.
Okay.
At least 2.
Because remember, a lot of the things that help Sportsmax was not local sporting events. Like I said, I think it was things like when they used to bring the NBA, because it was when they were bringing like the NBA, you would not find it on like the ESPN and those channels. So whenever they bought out the rights, like when if you were going to watch the EPL and it's not like on one of the apps, only Sportsmax you could watch it on, because the other channels would be blocked out during that time. So I think like a lot of the content that they produce to generate income was not based on sports even in Jamaica, because I don't think there's a niche for large sums of money for people to run a channel doing Jamaican sports per se.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying, like the JPL and the schoolboy football.
Yeah, like how many people are going to like pay a subscription to watch the JPL? You think you're gonna have around 3 million people?
I guess you could say more Jamaicans would have an interest in the EPL in a sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, and I think once you stop carrying those things, then your subscriptions are going to go down significantly.
But the thing is, I see people saying that there's no market there, right? Sometimes, man, you have to create the market, and that's where creativity comes in, right? And young people, older people, that is where like you just have to use creativity. Maybe not in the now to get things off the ground, but at least in the future, I'm sure that if you look at a lot of ventures throughout life and businesses, people normally would say, boy, man, there's no market for that. But somebody just come in with a smart mind, brilliant, and create a market for it where people start to appreciate it. Not everything you start is going to be successful from the get-go, but eventually over time when people grow appreciation for it. And one thing I know for sure, when it comes down to production, once you put out quality production, people will watch it and appreciate it. You know them way.
Yeah.
When Sportsmax, they used to have them thing and game a chip out and one bag of thing a year, say, just to look at things that bug people the wrong way. Like them thing they kind of, they get people to like support in a sense, especially, and I think the problem, I don't think it's a problem with Jamaicans in a sense, but it's because a lot of Jamaicans are used to things outside. Like we watch the Premier League, right? You hardly watch a Premier League game in terms of on the television or streaming networks without issue in a sense, right? So I think Jamaicans always use that as a comparison to what we get in Jamaica in a sense, right? And you can hear them say, why this not stay like that and them type of thing. But obviously them have more better equipments and these type of stuff. So I just think like even if the market isn't there, once you put something in place and it is the right production and those type of things, I think Jamaicans will latch onto it and invest in it, I am thinking like somebody buys Sportsbox now and say, okay, I'm going to provide Jamaican content. I would be surprised if they would get like 1 million subscribers. Like, I don't think Jamaica have such a big market. We can talk about people on the outside, and I'm not sure how viable it is. But the next point Damian Hendricks make is that it is not surprising that Sportsmax is shutting down. Digital platforms now dominate advertising revenue, and audience are not relying on traditional sports network anymore for sports, and that is the problem, like when last you watch like the Club World Cup. I have not watched the Club World Cup on the channel that it is in Jamaica, and I watch it on my phone. Yeah. And streaming kind of take over as well. So
yeah, because if you have to pay for Paramount and you can get it, why are you going to pay? Why are you going? You understand me? Unless they find a way of shutting down all of these streaming stuff that people can access and apps that people can go through. A lot of other networks are going to shut down because people are going to just have Wi-Fi and just watch stuff.
But Manins, I think the streaming things are very dangerous thing, in the sense of when I look at like the Peacock and I look at these things, I've realized that a lot of them are like umbrellas under one company in a sense, you know. And it's kind of frustrating because you have to pay for this to watch, like, say, this amount of Premier League games. And then if you want to watch another bunch of Premier League games, you have to pay for this and then you have to pay for your next one and all this type of stuff, you know. And it's really draining financially, especially for people that don't have it.
Exactly. So a person rather, bam, get a VPN, pay for a VPN, or get the free VPN and search and scour the internet for a place where we can watch football free. And the only risk he has is that he could get a virus.
Yeah. But what I will say is, you know, Sportsmax create a lot of memories for me. Especially living outside of the country, you know, like a lot of those schoolboy football games, you know, the finals and these type of stuff, you know, the World Cup and all these different type of things. So I have to big up Sportsmax
but
at the
not,
end of the day. And I think,
you know where Presser, you know where I think Sportsmax miss the ball.
Yeah.
Or it's when the YouTube things in Jamaica started getting like hot and, you know, yeah, the Coach Minzy and Mannings and the military, you have all of those, the JDs, all of these ran, all of those things. Sportsmax should have sought some sort of partnership where they start bringing a lot of those people on their platform and start getting some of those people to subscribe and follow them on Sting. I think they never valued the contribution to the space these platforms would make, and therefore they saw them as these guys are not at our level. I think if they had like said, okay, wow, you know that if we can get some of these YouTubers to work with us. You remember, for example, they could not bring all the games. And there were YouTubers who were willing to bring some of the games. So, bam, if they could say, all right, Mannings, all right, how many views you can get from doing this game? All right, we will give you access to the game, and then we check your revenue, and we have revenue sharing.
Yeah.
I think,
and
like,
you know,
go ahead.
You make a good point about the YouTube thing, because when you look at like Fox and these CBS, for example, right? Other than having what they would broadcast on the television, right? Oftentimes I see a lot of guys that work for these companies on YouTube having like live shows or creating content. But not content. It's not like they would do a show up on TV and then re-upload that on YouTube. They would make separate content, right? They would have separate live streams, which is very interactive on these different type of things. So I think you're right in that sense that even if, let's say that they did involve YouTubers, but you could also create content that is not based on what you already did on the television show itself. Because if you look at Sportsmax page, like a lot of the uploads is from the show itself, you know. It's not like when Agonas will sit down and make a content about, you know, Leon Bailey being transferred in a sense, you know. These different type of like interactive things and, you know, quick 8-minute video, these, you know, all these things. So,
because remember,
you're right in that sense.
You know, because you know that like channel have asked for me to come on, like radio and stuff, TV. I think some of those partnerships will help to strengthen some of the mainstream media, because it's almost like, and that is why I'll give you a good example. Oral Tracy show, how it is formatted on the radio, will always function wherever he brings it, because it is that interactive kind of thing that it's almost like YouTube, except it is not like video. And I think like this is what like a Sportsmax could have done to capitalize on what the vloggers are now doing and how the vloggers have created a niche for themselves. I think this could have been their niche.
And with more financial backing as well compared to like the everyday YouTuber, they could have had a bit more success in a sense in terms of just resources that they have access to like jump into the YouTube space. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of funny, like while the YouTubers are progressing, I know for sure that you have people in traditional media who still have a problem with the YouTubers. Them, you get me? I say, like, where Demon, I think Demon at the chat. What did YouTube page when them have a sports show? I think Omega. Sometimes they for them time say like it's scanty with people. I mean, I say like all them people are big network, maybe can't track people. That's what I say. Well, YouTube are track 200, 300, 400 people on a live stream. When them talk about reggae boys are
Simon bring a big issue. Why would Sportsmax carry the Winter Olympics? Who in the Caribbean is going to? The Caribbean don't have no winter, boss. The Caribbean people, the 4 major markets are Jamaica, Barbados, Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go by what Simon has stated. So when you bring who in Jamaica watching Winter Olympics? You can't find 10,000 people from Jamaica watching Winter Olympics, boss.
And you'll have to pay for the rights for the Olympics to done. To broadcast it. You'd have to pay for the rights to broadcast the Olympics, right?
Yeah, the Winter Olympics, they have to pay a lot of money to get it. So why would they bring the Winter Olympics? Even if they have 10 million subscribers, who is going to sit down? Because even if you tell people you have the subscribers, remember, the person who is advertising their product want to know how many persons will be watching this.
Yeah, I think the miscalculate. I don't Winter Olympics, maybe I watch the movie, the bobsled one.
Yeah. And like I said, yes, Speng down, that is one of the points. Big up yourself in a person. People them say you sound like you're intelligent, like you're going back to college, you know.
I would say that Jason, not that Buddha.
You leave Jason Ferret alone in the bars. All right, then. Bless up yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Speng down says, I think that was a very good one as well. Where is it? Let me just get it. Says, remember the anti-competitive suit? Yeah, that was a big one as well. That losing at the Premier League. All right, we have Freemo, because Freemo, he made about free platform for what Liverpool gamers, so you know you have to call in. Welcome to the show, sir.
Big up, man, and big up to the chat. I mean, I know you need to get off of this topic really quickly because they have talked about this for so long, right? But I just want to bring up this real quickly before you get back into all of that. Because I have a point to make for that too. The thing is, I know of your channel in a man's fan as I Am Sure Sports, right? But it seems like for a long time now it is I Am Sure Football. Because there's just a lot of football content being spoken about, Reggae Boys or Arsenal or whatever, right? And for me, I am very disappointed because there is a historical test match coming up in Jamaica with West Indies versus Australia, pink ball, and there has been no mention from you with that. So I just want to get that out there.
You're absolutely right. If anytime West Indies bring a test match to 5 days, we talk about cricket.
No, we're not to talk about it, you know. But please encourage people. Like how encourage people
anytime West Indies play a test match that goes to day 5, I'll encourage people to watch cricket.
Can you just encourage the people to turn out at Sabina?
So you tell them.
Yeah, just ask. No, I don't want to take up your show with that, boss. Just
take up the show. Or you tell them.
Yeah, so I just say do that because like I said, I just want to move on quick, right?
I agree with you, point. I will talk about it on the 5th day at the test match. I will do a watch along.
Man, just easy, we can move on. Like we literally just beat Australia the other day, you know. Let's not forget this, you know. Don't act like say that little dibby side we have.
West Indies beat Australia
the other day.
Not 2-0 Australia lead West Indies.
Boss, I'm talking about in Australia.
When was
with
that?
Shamar Joseph historical.
When was that?
What do you mean when was it?
I'm asking you when.
It's fine. I just want to move on.
I'm just asking the man when, and the man saying, all right, cool.
Just the other day when Shamar Joseph bowled them down. You don't remember his 7 wickets?
Was it this year?
No, I don't know the dates. Was it this year?
Was it last year?
It was either last year or something like that. I don't remember. But it just happened.
All right.
Cool. So I just want to say this, right, Zine? With the whole we call it the YouTube and the space with Sportsmax and stuff, is like you mentioned the whole thing of not taking advantage of stuff, and it's like I don't know if we always back way with how we do things. And even though I see a lot of them have like 315k subscribers on them YouTube channel, right? It's like you go through the views of the stuff that they bring on, and you see like 1,000 views on this and what. So it's like I know what heap of people are watch certain things. But you see the tracks. When you go up on the tracks video them what them have, like you have some 100 and 200k views, and it's like I don't know why them not focus on. We obviously I bring them revenue.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And I notice like even for a lot of YouTubers as well where we watch, I think most when track time come around, a lot of Jamaicans and them get a whole heap of views, brother. Even sometimes more than reggae boy stuff, right?
Not sometimes track and field is a guarantee way more views than even reggae boys content.
Even for your channel as well? I mean,
even for my people. Listen, when Pioneer and I do like a watch along to all a Diamond League or Olympics or one of those major things, boss, way more. Unless it's the World Cup.
Yeah. Okay. So it seems like there's a specific things where everybody gear to. And it's like, I don't know, because even in England, brother, we see Gear Devil them have the TV platform on Sky Sports and all of that. But then even them now have YouTube channel now overlap on these things. Them realize, listen, this probably not, probably not give them everything what them need. They want a more interactive thing, and the thing gone on YouTube now. Gary Neville, every one of these guys who are on the television, Sky Sports or whatever them depend, all of them now have YouTube channel. Rio Ferdinand and all of these people. See? So it's like, I don't know, probably them could have capitalized a bit better and try, like you say, do like we say the YouTubers them do, and all of these major people who branching off to YouTube and make it more interactive. And maybe it would have still did. I don't know the ins and outs and why it shut down, so I'm not act like say I know. What may I say? Like we can capitalize on certain things too and make it better for ourselves.
And you know what is funny, Demo? Like I don't watch like ESPN Press Pass on TV now. I watch it on my phone most of the time. On the YouTube platform. So I think Sportsmax, I just feel like they took on some things that weren't making enough money. And I also think that
like the winter stuff.
Yeah, and I think like honestly, there were persons in the YouTube space, like Coach Minzy, before he moved in track and field. Like Sportsman should have taken on people like approach Minzy and people like me and some of the people to come on board long time to expand their reach on YouTube, and they keep their other side. That's what I think. Exactly. I think they had an opportunity to control the space.
Because 315k subscribers is a lot of subscribers, brother. And if you have, let's say, even half of that who are going to be interactive, especially when you do track and field, I'm sure you're going to do positively. So yeah, that's just my take. But please, man, is on mega leave. Go for the show in. Please send the people in out to Sabina Park. It's a day night. It's a pink ball thing.
When the game starts?
It's on Saturday.
6 o'clock.
So even
what time? 6 o'clock?
Is it 6? I not even know the time because I want you to do the promotion.
You want me to talk about cricket? You don't even know what time the game is going to start. I don't understand this, man.
No, I want you to do the promotion because you have been talking a lot about football. This is I Am Sure Sports, not I Am Sure Football. You get what I mean? So people will listen to you. Nobody not listen to me. Everybody think to me just love freeness, brother. So we just want you for the thing, brother.
Okay, right? We'll do. All right, respect.
All right, big up yourself.
All right, that was Diva for you. All right, I was reading an article about the Gold Cup. All right. Speak of the Minzy, and he calls in. Coach Minzy.
Yeah, man, me name a call, man. So it's like me name a ring.
Yeah, man. I want to go on.
What time you mentioned the man name, when the man name start to ring already. Me I tell you, man, them say in the beginning when this YouTube thing a take off and thing, it's Sportsmax that probably approach some of the YouTubers to put content over there before they got big and started earning. They would have probably controlled the space.
You're possibly right, but that's still no money's. But I don't know if Mother want to go that road there still.
You know,
When you go that road there, you're kind of too controlled, you know. So
Okay.
me no want nobody control me.
Yeah, but
right now. You can do it anytime you want. No, you know, feel depend no schedule and all of them things there.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate. So like Demon said, them have over 316K YouTube subscribers, but yet them do video where have all 1,000 people. Like, how's that?
Yeah, because if the video might not be appealing, then probably you see in a YouTube space, man, a thumbnail and title, you know. So you can't just put out a regular thing. It's something after they will grab the people them. The title of the video and the thumbnail of the video. I can remember seeing a thumbnail from Sportsmax with my logo on it, you know. I make my logo and the man and my thumbnail and the man, they just copy it and go put it on for them, you know. So they have to be creative and innovative, you see it. So that's one I think. But when I say man, you probably can't buy it, you know. But I am sure sport. You are sure Sportsmax.
Boss, man, them say they bother with that because I hear your name. Somebody just put up some means you can buy Sportsmax. That the man them say. So nobody can try to show this for me. You the man them say to buy Sportsmax.
Who said?
Who said? Let me see it.
Yo, I look like me see message means you can buy Sportsmax right now.
Yes. All right. So you them wanna go try. They wanna try that.
But you know, but we can't approach them no man. That's serious thing, you know.
Well, that me
and buy the name brand man, Sportsmax man, and we run it, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Turkey money running, man. Turkey money running.
You know what you know what I'm saying?
Turkey money running.
Yeah, what I'm saying, though, like you're telling me that, given what we have seen from Sportsmax, why we're not hearing like people having interest in it? Because I'm sure that there are people with money in Jamaica and in the diaspora who could. Why we're not hearing anything like that? Is there something else beneath it? Why we're not? Yeah, just think about it. Like, it is the biggest sporting television network across the Caribbean.
What? Yeah, it kind of, and I remember say, man, YouTube, I just an offshoot of it too, you know. It's not like YouTube is Sportsmax. YouTube is just an offshoot. They have serious production of them put in and all of them things there. Them broadcast right across the Caribbean.
Exactly.
So yeah. I'm wondering if they put them egg in too many baskets.
That's what I'm saying. And then I think they suffered a serious loss when they were unable to carry because remember, a lot of people had unsubscribed and not even taken C Sports and Sportsmax off their YouTube platform so that they could watch it like on phones and thing. Right. So my thing, all media houses are struggling in Jamaica. It's not profitable in this. All media houses are struggling in Jamaica. You'd have to prove that to me. Say Nitro is saying that all the media houses in Jamaica are struggling. The RGR communication group is struggling. Maybe they have a station that is not doing well. Because some of these networks can have one of the stations in their portfolio that is not doing well. But overall,
but when you look, but when you look on it, still in the mornings with the new way of media right now. Even without
evidence just by looking from outside, you can probably say that for true, you know, because some of the news are reach YouTube before it reach some of them places, you know. People not really listen to radio again. People are plugging them jump drive and listen to music, or they might go on YouTube and connect to them car and listen music. So right there and then, and more, a lot of people are listening to vloggers, whether it is entertainment, whether it is sports. More time is spent on YouTube and TikTok more than anything else.
All right,
somebody they might be struggling.
Yeah. Rob Smith is saying that instead of looking at Sportsmax, you should take a look at Digicel, its parent company. Just like when Disney hurt, ESPN makes cut. Because Sportsmax is actually owned by Digicel.
Yes. So they might be looking about cutting back on all of these one bag of money where them not spend on Sportsmax entity in itself, and probably they are not going down that road again. So they might look to go in a new direction.
It's so funny because I still believe
that. We can't understand how they lose our fight. How they lose after Sportsmax.
How you lose after Sportsmax. Not only that, because Sportsmax, because of their partnership with Digicel, because every single person who have a Digicel phone, if I own both companies, may I make sure say I have the app on your phone. Free of cost. Because that will almost increase my advertising capacity. I don't know. Somebody said smartphone, many platforms, vloggers, more sources for more information, which is probably part of what you're saying. Because if people want to hear, which one of the sisters got injured? Tina? Kia. So if they want to say but if Tia can still make the world championship, people want to hear that. You know where they're going? They're going to look and see if Coach Minzy did a video. So if people want to hear which footballer is going to play for them, is YouTube them coming to, you know? So it's almost like if people want to hear about crime in Jamaica, they have the SRP, the One Spot Media, the all the different ones to look at. People in Western Jamaica, Popeye's News Link, you have particular platform that work. So it's almost like people are not going to mainstream media. Like I said, how many people are still listening to radio to listen to music?
Yeah.
Yeah. Simon, give a good example.
Yeah,
he's saying that, for example, the West Indies match tomorrow. People don't have to wait until 7 p.m. for the interview with Darren Sammy. They can turn to Cricket West Indies YouTube channel. So that is the next thing. Every sporting group of the JFF of them owns YouTube. So instead of a man going to management or Minzy or goes to I don't know, somebody else, them going like one of the footballers, they can now go on JFF Live.
So yeah, that's the truth. So Chris Wayne, I say, right now, Chris Wayne said management, coach this, unseed military good and others should buy out Sportsmax as a consortium. No disrespect to the man them, but me not going to no consortium with them and YouTube people, and not there.
Serious people, and a meme attack. If I said it, people they I can't call on him, but if not talk me still, me know they not talk me. Press away one.
All the one unseen him. Hey, unseen. Me not unseen. Unseen. Me not going to no start here with you.
You go have a can and then you have to go start. You go have a can and then you have to go sort out some of them money. You understand? You can't have no can sort. You
You see, I want Jason go there. Yo, me not want none to do with them man, the money. But that would be a good thing. You know, so me first hear about it, me did do a video on it too. A stream on it and
Soldier say I agree with you. Soldier know something.
The first name I mentioned a Guna, you know, the people them can make good sell some of them camera there to Guna, make Guna go do the JPL games them. Because Guna do a good job on that, you know.
Oh, me think that Jason Guna.
No man, military Guna me attack. If soldier one me attack, man.
You know what? It's so funny. Why they keep calling you Akbar?
Because the turkey money run, man. Yeah, I agree with Paul Edwards. To operate the media is very, very expensive. And may I tell us, Mannings, if they probably make a chum change the amount of them have to put in production. So it kind of you have to understand it, and that's why people are moved to YouTube now, because YouTube not take a lot for something that it's not a lot of thing to stream a game, man. Check all bombs, man. Bombs are in phone a stream game, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you don't need a lot of heavy duty equipment, and people still appreciate it, even though some of them cost, but them still appreciate it.
But you make a very good point, because we are at the Gold Cup, and even the people who are working like CONCACAF TV and some of the big platforms, a lot of them are using it's not these heap of big, massive things, some small cameras and phones, Coach Minzy, to produce a lot of the content, which is now significantly cutting down, like I said, on their production costs. And that is it, because I don't think, and Paul Edwards, I agree, the Caribbean market is not so big. So I tell people, Coach Minzy, if you were English and you were in England with your platform, it would have been way bigger. You know why? Because you have a bigger market. So a lot of times you see like a person who does the same kind of sport vlogging or blogging in England, and you think like, how they money have like 100,000 in such a short time? They have that because they have a bigger market. They have more people.
Yeah, man, you're right, man.
It's the same thing in America. But it's
a whole lot of things, and it's unfortunate, because when you look on even character games, people rely upon Sportsmax. When you look on some meets across the Caribbean, you rely upon Sportsmax. So for it not to be anymore, it's really something sad. And we feel it more for the journalists, even though there are experienced persons there that can, grab up a next job easily. Probably people are going to want them services, you see me? But it is still something that they probably weren't looking forward to.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you know what? Somebody just JBC didn't shut down, they merge. I want their TVJ and bring Sportsmax under them portfolio. I move all of them.
That would be a big thing for them.
And just move all of them. You see, like we have NBC,
NBC.
And you have NBC News and NBC Sports. So maybe TVJ should take it and let all your sporting production and thing go over there, and keep TVJ for news and like the talk shows and those things. Yeah, but
Demo say want Alexis News as work with him.
Yeah, man.
But Mannings, next part of the program, it's a set of lies. I want to go on this now.
We soon talk, man. We're going to touch for it right now.
Oh, you don't talk about that?
No. I started from the end, and then we'll go to the beginning. But what I want to ask
reverse.
Yeah. Everybody's telling me that the Clayton sister can still, like, is it run an individual event or go to the World Championship as a reserve or go to the World Championship to remove the third place athlete in the 100 meter, which is Shelley and Fraser Price, or is to participate in the 200 meters and replace somebody from there? How can it work? What are the different ways that it is possible for her to be an athlete that represent Jamaica in the World Championship without a medical exemption, even if she runs a world leading in the 200 meters and a world leading in the 100 meters? How does she make the team?
All right, good question. A lot of people want to know that for real. However, first thing we have to establish is that the knockout is important for qualification for World Championship, but it will not give a bye or a wild card to any of the athletes. In Tia's case, she cannot make the World Championship through knockout, winning the knockout championship. However, there are athletes there that can actually make the World Championship team through knockout. For example, Ashanti Moore won the national title, but she did not make the qualifying standard. If she goes to knockout and win, she can go to World Championship, regardless if she met the time, yes or no. If she comes second or third or fourth and make the time, that does not give the winner the automatic spot. It will still go back to Ashanti because she should have made the qualifying standard. All right. So also for the 400 meters, we have a few athletes that have the qualifying standard. Big Boy, who won the national 400 meter title, doesn't have the standard. So if he goes to knockout and win, he might put himself in a very good position. The man that came second, which is Delano Kennedy, he doesn't have the standard. So he might go to run faster than 2 or 3 other athletes who have the standard in order to make the team. So the knockout can be for qualifying standard or you qualifying for the World Championship, but you will not get an automatic wild card if you win.
Okay, I see. All right, so let me ask you this question. Say the Clayton goes to the knockout. She wins the knockout 200 meters in a world leading.
A 100 share run. A 100 share run.
Oh, she saw it then. I was thinking like because only Sharika has so far qualified based on time for the 200 meters.
Based on time, but you have other people who still can make the team based off world ranking.
Okay.
So the girl who come second behind Ashanti, she can qualify based off world ranking. What's her name? Naisha Berger, she came 7th. She has a qualifying standard already. All right. So these and one girl who run the 400 meter, Dijane Oakley, she has also the 200 meter qualifying standard. So the only person we probably need to make the qualifying standard is Ashanti. Okay. And if what's her name? Gabriel Matthews stay in the top 32, she can go at the something.
Isn't the same problem we have with the men's 200 meters as well? In terms of the athletes not meeting the qualifying time?
Yes, only one person have the standard and it's Brian Level. So Chris and Adrian Carr, they have to make that standard, which is 20.1 or below.
So if they don't, they would have to go to knockout and win.
No man, they still have to make a time on knockout.
So even if you win at knockout so if Ashanti Moore wins at knockout, she doesn't make the time, she cannot participate?
Yes, she can go. Once she wins, she can go.
Okay.
If she lose, she have to make the standard, which is the qualifying standard time.
So
because the problem with Ashanti, she rank about 200 in a world and a 200 and that the weird on the line. So her option is to win or make the qualifying standard.
So Chris Taylor would have to go to Nakaka and win, or at some other event make the qualifying time.
Yes, but if he make a time before, say for example, he run the next 200 and him world ranking improve, all him have to go and knock out go do a win. Same thing for Adrian Carr.
Oh, right. It kind of don't matter once you're at what. So in the world ranking, where you have to be
in the top 32. The top 32.
Okay.
For the 400, the top 48.
Oh.
And for the amateur, I think a top 36 thereabout, yeah.
Yeah, the other thing I want to ask, it with the athletes, right? It appears that the athletes that change, their thing is not even done. So they could actually change. So
they're in the process, you know, so them can't run for Jamaica.
Oh, so I was saying that what if given the fact that they're gonna miss 3 years before they can participate? Because they wouldn't be able to participate until the next Olympics in terms of major global event for Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So whatever athlete decides, boy, me no bother to wait so long. Let me go back to Jamaica. Say one of the young jumper, would he be able to do that at this time? You know, like with in football, what I know is that once you do the letter that says your decision is final, and you understand that this is your final decision to change association, you can't go back on that once that letter is done. Is it the same thing in track and field?
It could be similar because what they're waiting on is their passport. So I guess the citizenship would have to be done already. So all them are waiting for the passport.
Okay.
What they could have done, even if them put in the process of, you know, signing up for Turkey and it wasn't out in the public, they could have still come to the national championship
and participate. So when they participate now, what banner are they under? So if they
participate, them probably just come for compete for competition's sake, but me not think them would have under no banner per
like
se.
When you go on like the Diamond League, if any of them, because I suspect they can still run in these different meets. So say they go to the Diamond League, what banner do they run under? Jamaica or Turkey?
That's a very good question. You know, say, but I have to go look back on I think what's his name? Roger Stoner competed at Eugene last week in the discus throw. Was it the discus? I think him competing in our event last.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Prefontaine?
Yeah. So would have to look. Hold on, may I pull it up right now. May I have to look if what name him commander. He was still under Jamaica because I remember the switch not finished yet.
Oh, okay. Brian is also saying that they can participate earlier via a waiver if the J3As allows it. So the J3As could actually say, you can go and participate now.
In terms of like the athletes could
the J3 give them a waiver and they compete in the World Championship?
I think there were some talks about that. I think there were some talks about that, but there wasn't any time limit to it because the member federation has to put up a committee that will vet the situation and go through different processes. It's not as easy as we think it is.
Hey, people, means you have to do one show and explain them things to the people, you know. Because a lot of people.
No, man, me do live show for them. Can't go watch back your live them, man.
People go back watch your live now. And nobody follow. Wait, which channel name again? Nationwide News Network. Can't follow that. Understand? Follow Coach Minzia. Coach is dead for the track and field. Oh, somebody said that they could go as unattached. I don't think you can have unattached. You have unattached in track and field.
Yeah, I wanna touch on your club or you represent at an event, you put an attached a line to nobody, but for country you have to run as or compete as a Jamaican until the switch is completed.
Okay. Brian is saying, yes, man, if they get the J3 blessing, they can get an early approval. Okay. Which means that they can participate in the World Championship.
Yeah, but I don't think that will be possible right now. I don't think them are going to expedite it. Unless some Camille, run.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, why Jamaica allow them to go participate with Turkey to compete against the Jamaican athletes who can medal? Man, they go and wait here, man.
But you understand why these athletes would do something like this, though?
The athletes. Hey, listen, you know my position on these things, but every man need to make the decision that is best for his family, because sports and people are unforgiving. When everything is said and done, if you finish track and field and you start beg them a people here, them treat you bad. So I understand Stoner, because Stoner is one of those youth who I think the school that he came from originally, Petersfield. Isn't he the youngster that was at Petersfield, that was at a home, and this coach at Petersfield? Isn't that Roger Stoner?
No. Yeah, I think Rossi's him used to go and then him come St. Diego.
Rossi's, and he went to St. Diego. He was not one of those. He wasn't the athlete that did the throw that he used to be in a home or something like that. Check it out.
No, not that I know of.
All right. But I am saying, given sometimes what these athletes go through, right? And the difficulties, Rossi's, right, there you go. I cannot fault them. I cannot fault. Like a man who do shot put and discus boss. You may medal now and never medal again. So the one-off payment there, it's important, because there's no guarantee that any of these guys will go back and get any medals. Look at Dakers. Where's Dakers and these guys? Good athletes. So I think they have to make those decisions, especially for the throwers. The only one I think I struggle with is the youngster, because what I'm hearing is that he had some sort of lucrative contract in terms of deals. So if those deals don't continue into his arrangement with the new country, I think in the long run, he may get money up front now in the short term. But in the long run, over time, it would have been more beneficial to be in the said contract he was in terms of gears, and whether it be Puma or Adidas, earn that money, and over time it would have worked out better. But for the throwers, may I agree with them, boss. I would not listen. But if this were like oblique civil or Christian, I would not agree with it, because I'm saying that Jamaican athletes are getting contracts with big companies, right? But I think like a youngster like Hibbert could earn a lot of money over time. But I cannot disagree with the throwers, boss. Man have to make a decision for them family. And if Jamaican want vex, they said people that about you shouldn't do it. Them same one, if you ask them for nothing, them not giving you. And I think football should do the same. That's my opinion still.
Yeah. But Jason made mention, because I know Jason kind of off you with certain things. He said once you attain citizenship, you should be recognized. And he went on to say that there are Jamaican citizens that has never had a passport, but to participate in competitions, said passport would be required. But I think a person should be recognized as such, irrespective of passport. I don't know what happened in football, but say, for example, a Mason Green would have him citizenship. Him can't participate for Jamaica. No, but he's still not seen as a Jamaican yet, right? Is he seen as a Jamaican yet?
Yeah, he is a Jamaican, because he's a citizen. What happened is that his non-participation is not because of
his citizenship.
No, his non-participation is not because of Jamaica. His non-participation is because of a FIFA rule. The FIFA rule says for these competitions, you must have a passport. You follow me?
Yes.
So it is.
So
it
I
is-
guess
it is FIFA.
the same thing with the athlete then.
Yeah. So it is FIFA who has the rule that says you must have a passport because your passport number is used for your registration in FIFA competition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Jason is right. You're a citizen. Why
Yeah.
do you need a passport if you're a citizen and you can prove your citizenship? FIFA is saying that we need your passport number to register you. So unless FIFA go and change that and said, guess what? We'll use your citizenship number. So if citizens were given numbers, they could say, okay, let's do away with using a passport number, but let's do a citizenship number. What number is on your citizenship form? Because remember now, you and I don't have any citizenship document, Coach Minty.
Passport me have.
All right. So I think what FIFA is saying that more than the citizenship document, the passport is the real proof. Because not every Jamaican has a citizenship piece of document. But they should have a passport. Because the man who born in Jamaica don't apply for citizenship. He applies for a passport.
Yeah. So I guess with the tracks, because they're not competing for Turkey at an official global championship, then there wouldn't be any need for them to change the name. So with that, I can understand why it still remain Jamaica, because as Jason said it and you just explained, it's kind of different with football because you're gonna need the passport number for registration, for participation.
I think what Jason is saying is that they are if they have the citizenship from Turkey, they're actual Turkish citizens, but still Jamaican citizens. So that is why I asked my question. So you're a citizen of Jamaica and a citizen, because it's not like they have given up their Jamaican citizenship, it's dual citizenship. So that's why I'm saying that. Which one of the banners do you represent?
But they represent Jamaica under the Jamaica banner still, because it's not an official globe at the World Athletics Championship. If that is to occur, for example, World Championship in September, they can't be representing as a Jamaican.
Okay.
But the Diamond League doesn't require all of that. Like, remember you said FIFA require the passport number, Diamond League don't require that. So them just continue to represent as a Jamaican until a global championship come up. Them probably just switch the flag.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. I think you might ask about, him say, why Coach Lindsay? Stop.
I'm not Lindsay my name, man. I'm Lindsay my name.
Are you want to talk about it? Yeah. Coach Lindsay, big up your son.
Me a Jew, man. So me a Jew. I'm a Jew. So me not do football again.
Akbar.
I can't feel a Jew.
Akbar.
Akbar.
Mohammed Ben Akbar.
What man is more you start the argument today with the lies, but I'm interested.
I'll go jump to you though. As soon as you go. Because we have got.
So me have to hang up.
You are. You can't see it. Oh, but then say no, you're supposed to start giving us some information on Turkish football,
Yeah, man. You can't go no update on the Turkish league.
Yeah.
Who down there? CFAS?
We don't know what CFAS, yeah. CFAS. I'm thinking they're down there to man Daniel Johnson man and Gray. Andre Gray.
Man, Lindsay Akbar Salim, Ali.
How bad do you have that,
Yo, you say Ram Smith him.
Hey, so
all right, go on. Let me see if I can stay if he pressure.
So people, let me say, and I say this without apology. Without apology. A lot of people are telling lies on YouTube, especially when it comes to players right? About who have what and who don't have what in terms of their passport and citizenship or whatever. And then they have the gall to say that they have the information to prove it. So on my last show, a couple of persons at least said that they have a picture of the passport for Malik Mothersil. An ex-vlogger was here. Not going to call him name yet because he was on it. Not going to call the name of the vlogger. You understand me? But the down the middle vlogger, not going to call the name of the vlogger, but was there and was supporting the narrative. All right? I put it to you, whenever you see those people, let them send that to you in one view. That means if you look at it, it disappears. That is the one view thing. Because I put it to you that as of the 10th of July 2025, 2:57 p.m., there is no such document for the said player. And it is a lie. And there is many more information about players that have come up over time, and it needs to stop because it just brings the fans, which is what is the issue. It brings the fans into this place, boss, where they are in a frenzy because now they believe that players have actual document and are not being called, and that people are giving excuses that it is because they don't have document. It is not true, boss. It is not true. And I say to you, if that player had a passport, he would have been a part of the squad for the Gold Cup, boss. And this has been said about multiple players. Before Mason Greenwood information came up, people came from last year. Go back and watch them. Not going to call the names, and said that the player had a passport. These said people now are saying that he just got his passport. So if we really go back and check, we can track and say that they are liars. And it needs to stop because you already put out content where thousands of people watch. Thousands of super stickers, super chat, right? You're not doing it for money. You're all rich people. So why do we do it? And why do people run with the things in the comment section and go as far when the youth uncle was in here? So the youth uncle is in here in the last show, you know. My show on the stage now. And I am talking with the youth uncle. And a man is in here saying that he have a picture of the youth passport. We have to stop tell lie, boss. We are big man and big woman. And all it does, I think it creates more frenzy among the fan base. And that don't mean you can't get things wrong in a coach means, because there are times that people will even give you wrong information, you know.
Yeah. And a really wrong information sometimes, you know. You get the information, but it change.
Yeah. And that
things can change.
And things can change. And sometimes you get incomplete information as well. You understand me? And sometimes the person who give you the information, them get it from somebody else. You know, Chinese telephone and alcohol site get dropped off or get added. All right? And so we understand that, you know, because I get things wrong too. I'm not talking about those cases. And I'm talking about when people are going to say they actually have documentation to prove it. And then they can't prove. Up to now, none of them can show it. And I put it to you. Me give you the date and the time. Because Coach Minzy, if one of them show a passport for the youth, for the rest of this year, I'm going to do no more YouTube video. So they don't have to send it to me. Let them send it to you. And if today them can send that, I don't do any more YouTube video for the rest of the year. I mean, and I am sure sports, because we have other things that we do that is on YouTube. All right.
So, but what Issa said, Mannings, bear in mind that the same information also came from the coach regarding the youth having a passport.
I explained to Issa when the coach was asked, he was the coach. So and listen, and the coach is going to clarify it, because when the coach was asked the question, the coach was responding. I'm say to Issa Allen already. I said it to him, but yeah, you know, may I get to that too, because I said that to him. The coach was responding about the citizenship documentation. No, Issa said, of course, he said passport. And you blame him. So here's the thing now, Coach Minzy. Blame the coach. The coach is wrong. It is the coach's fault. How is the coach responsible for someone saying they have a picture of a document that does not exist? That no one Issa Allen answer me. Seeing that you think the coach is supposed to tell me, why would a group of people say they have a document that does not exist? How has a coach influenced that? That I want you to tell me, because that is the matter I'm discussing. You are discussing what the coach is saying. What I want you to share with me is, what does the coach statement have to do with a person saying they have the physical document? Two different arguments, boss. You understand what I'm saying, Coach Minzy? That's two different arguments.
Manning, this is what me I get from this. What me I get from this, you know, is that too many rats want to be putting something in the pot. And that tend to spoil the soup. And that me I get from this, you know, based on me listening to her go on, you know. Everybody want to be a part of recruiting. Everybody want to be a part of, me know the player there, this player, that player. So it's not the JFF is the problem now, you know.
Yep. But I also believe like
it's not JFF. So I fan base, I have a problem now, man.
I also listen. So sometimes I can't blame the fan base, because like people have been saying, the truth is, man, they are saying that the federation needs to be more forthwith and put out information. But not all things can be said. But I do agree that the more transparent you are, the more information people have, is the less speculation and assumptions. So there is that side as well, and I agree with. So I personally believe the federation must move with a plan to have a point of contact, a direct point of contact that is on their website and in all of their contact stuff, Instagram and stuff, where a person who have interest in representing the country can reach out. So if a person refuses to take that pathway and takes any other pathway and things happen, they cannot say that the federation don't have something in place. I think as long as the federation don't have that in place, then you can have, you understand me? Yeah.
But having Mr. Somebody say Odell upon a screen there. Should persons have a copy of people's passport, a pass around like that, brother, in our group? That's a carelessness.
Me have talked to a lawyer to find out if
it is carelessness on the part of who initiates circulating that information. So, for example, Mannings, A baller send you a picture and passport for conduct some business on behalf of whatever, the JFF, because I might get whatever. And you go pass it on in our group. That is gross irresponsibility from you, you know.
And a security risk.
Yeah.
Remember, so some of the people in the groups, you know, people have never like physically met them, you know. They only talk on phone, you know. So there is a security risk in it as well. All right, let me answer Jason's question. So, after a person gets citizenship, a passport can be had in, you can do the next day passport in Jamaica. When that person is not in Jamaica, it takes time. Because remember, so the process is, so if the citizenship document, for example, you are in London and through the consulate, you do the citizenship thing. Remember, if you do it through the consulate, as an example, just giving different examples so you can understand, that have to send through mailing and all of that. It takes time to come to Jamaica. Now, because that is the path you took, what happens is that when that citizenship is ready, it goes back through the mail. And that can take time because it has to be sorted. So when you apply for it over there, it takes time. Now for the passport application to come to Jamaica, then to be done, and then get sent back in the mail for you to get it. And that is barring like everything is in place, because sometimes when people apply, especially for the citizenship, documentations are additional documents are needed. And so that takes time. And tomorrow, I'm going to have Simon Preston on the program so he can explain all of this. All right? So the best way to do it, because we have done some of these things recently, is once the player has a citizenship, the player is in England. Don't go through the system of applying for the passport in the UK, because that may take time. If you're called up for a camp, you come to the camp, and when you come to the camp, you go up to the PICA, or the passport office, people call it, and that you can get in a day. In fact, most players who take that pass are brought up there by like a Simon Preston, with the help of people like Ian Campbell. Let me just mention his name, and it is done. The lengthy period of time is normally with inaccuracies or insufficient information where the citizenship application is concerned. So once that is done, the passport takes long when it is longer when it is done through, like I said, the person doing it from the UK through the consulate, instead of coming to Jamaica on a day and doing the next day passport service. And Simon has been very good with those players who choose to take that pathway. And if you look at it, this year, how many players have gotten through? Man say, boss, I was shocked when I saw all the players' passport number. So Mark, I am not the only person saying this. Odell have said it.
Yeah, that has to be shocking. Them information enough here go.
What are you asking me to ask, Kerry? Issa Allen, what are you asking me to ask, Kerry? Issa Allen, here's what I want you and I to talk about. Or you don't speak, or you don't type. A person said they have a physical copy or a photocopy of Malik Mothersil's passport. I am saying to that person, why is it your business? Me don't answer you already. So you want to make this your business? Make it your business. My business is asking that person, why does he have that? And if he has it, he just need to present it to you, Issa Allen. And if you see it, let him do it in one view. Because you're a believer. You see it. You delete it when you get it. Send it to Minty. Don't send it to me. Minty delete it. And here's what I will do. I will come off YouTube. Because I put it to you that is a lie. That is the point I'm making.
So Mannings, if there's no passport, then what is going around in our group?
No, man. I think other people are saying that they have seen other people information in the group.
Other people. Okay.
Other people information has come up in group that other people are in. That's what they're saying. But not me. What other, because
so a vlogger same saw the mother-seal passport when there's no mother-seal passport.
Yeah, because the man was here saying it.
Oh.
Because the vlogger was on this platform, right? The day.
Okay.
Yes, what is a lie? What is a lie, Issa Allen? I don't know. Yes, what is a lie? Because if you're saying, if you're agreeing with me that is a lie, so me and you not at odds. That's what I'm talking about.
No, Max City, when Mannings I said there are other players. He's talking about a specific player, which is Mother Seal, but there are other documents that are moving around in our group.
Right. Right? So what I know, and I give it, okay. So what I know is that as of today, Malik Madasil have a passport. The passport that he has is not the one that came through Pika. No, if a person say, well, I see an application, I see citizenship, that I can agree with. But as of today, any passport that he possesses
illegal
is not from Pika.
So people are do them thing, the man. People are do them thing. Then what go on? Umpy scumpy thing are go on then.
Coach Minty, but you know the youth cousin them. You know the youth cousin them. You know the youth cousin them, you know.
Oh, Mother Still?
Yeah, you know them very well.
Very well, you have to tell me that half a year, because I don't know people very well.
No, I'm not playing and tell them. Them play for St. Diego. The big brother and the little brother, they told them play for St. Diego. They came from England and then played for St. Diego. Them play all Manning Cup last year. Yeah. Yeah, man. You probably have meet them. Well, you never did about still. But them father normally have the game. That is the youth.
No.
Because the youth all have a younger relative, you know, where they're in the England setup, you know. But I think him they attack now. But look a young baller, and I think around 15 or so, you know, in England U17.
But Mannings,
people, listen. Hey, hold on there. Lord have mercy. People, I did not say anybody. People, you don't understand people. People, I did not say anybody have a fit. Do not go and tell anybody that management say anybody have any fake. I did not say that. The man have a passport.
Man say if then they get a passport, almost from
the
from
passport
Pika.
he has is not from Pika. I said the passport he has is not from Pika. Because the man have a great British
passport. That means we must have a British passport.
Yo, why would the people never move so? We never think to me of it.
Never move slow.
Yes. You understand?
Well, it's slow, man. Well, I'm a man, a doctor,
yeah,
mister.
That move like a molasses around here.
But Mannings, you see how me look on this now, the JFF now has a responsibility still, you know.
There you go. I agree.
If things like these are happening, you know, and you probably cannot regulate that, but sir, if information are passed around other documentation of players, that is not right. Seen? And things are supposed to be put in place where it not go through so many hands, if that is the case, to get a player documentation. That all of me I said in terms of that, because if if it will pass through several hands, it cannot be good. Where the players, what I call it, privacy is concerned.
This is even worse because according to Issa Allen, he said that triple E is, you see all of them in particular. Issa Allen is saying triple E is saying that the player passport number on a TNT social media profile, not in any WhatsApp group. So you're saying it's people. All right, let me just say this again because Issa Allen come for me today. Did anybody say on my program a couple of days ago in the comment section, was there any comment in the comment section that said they have a picture of Malik Motherseal's passport? And that is what I have addressed today. If Triple E says, oh, Trinidad take him seat, it was not it, and not only that. Why would a person passport number be over that side, boss? Are they? Why? How many of us even know our passport number? That is not something that is a public consumption. We can't just see that something is wrong with that, no matter where it is or how it is. Something is wrong with it.
Yeah, so even if Triple E, even if it is seen on a public platform, he's not supporting that, and it cannot be right for people's passport information to be shown to the public like that.
Yeah, so I'm saying that the person said they could send it, and they should. That's all I'm saying. But what I'm saying, coach. You see it again. See the man might tell himself a double check, boss. Because you see, big up yourself. This person. All I'm saying, coach, me is that people are convinced that is the issue, So here's what people. All you have to do.
Probably a British passport,
that is what I'm saying. I think the person somebody can say that, and then they can laugh it off and say, there's no man passport, this no. Because if the number is there, you probably can't tell if it is a Jamaican passport or a British passport, unless you see everything. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like Jason Ferran can tell me if there's a way that I can distinguish what is a... Oh, Demo, you sent it to me, Demo? Demo sent it to me. Let me see what Demo sent to me, Demo, you ramp with me to make sure you're not joking in the panel.
Jason say I sell him passport number. We're not taking things with joke though.
Oh, okay. Oh, watch it. Then notice, watch it. The man said, I have a picture copy of Motherseal passport, shutting down that rumor. He has his passport before World Cup. This is from... Oh, all right, people. Thank you. Hey, Demo. Demo, which school you go to? Which school you go to? Hold on. Which school Demo go to? Edith Dalton James? Which school you go to again, Demo? Hold on. Na. Me not to put that. Hold on there. I want to put out the person who make the comment. Name.
I'm Mona Demo girl. I cannot Edith Dalton James.
What? Coach Minzy.
What say, my Sheng Yang.
Coach Biavakala. What are the people? When put up the comment, this is the comment from the show that I am talking about. All right. It says, oh, G's and P's, the person name come up. Passport? I have a big copy of Motherseal passport. Shutting down that rumor. He has his passport before Gold Cup. Then
so who that man is?
In the note says, that is it. Agreeing with him. All right, boss? So, brother, come. You say you have a copy. I'm not saying send it to me. Send it to Issa Allen, One View, and I'll send it to Coach Minzy.
No, man, I don't want a man passport, man.
Send it to Jason.
No want a man passport, man.
Don't send it to Peso.
Tell him off to send Sheng Yang one.
So, if boss, triple E, let me put it to you again. All right? The passport number is on some of those things, like you said. All right? So, again, go and look at what you saw. Simon is going to be on the program tomorrow to talk about this, boss. Because we you know, we don't, we go talk to Simon too. I can't say certain things, you know, but Simon will be here tomorrow to kind of go through the whole passport. While he will not be telling you like the exact process with different persons. All right? Yeah. All right. So
Drew asks why it matter if him have a passport, yes or no? Because the argument of Maninza says that they must say him should have in a World Cup squad. That Maninza said, Drew.
Yeah. No. So all I'm saying, yeah. So what I'm saying is that when we comment, so when someone says the person, but Issa Allen, why should I play the video for Simon? Simon and I agree that what the video said is the court speaking. I agree that he said that. And I have explained to you what he meant. And I said to you, when he come again, he's going to address it. To say to someone like you, Issa, listen, what I meant was this. Because that is what he meant. Why do I need to play it to Simon? Simon is aware of it. So you want me to discuss something that I'm not going to discuss with Simon? The issue I am discussing is why there are people out there. So what is the transparency? If I said to you the coach is going to come and address the matter when he does his next thing, what is the transparency you need? What transparency you need?
It's a probe hard money.
No, he has a different issue. Because maybe he's part maybe he's part of the conglomerate of people.
Oh, the consortium.
The consortium. so proving that the court said so is no sense. See, that is why I'm gonna have it. I don't see what is the connection with the discussion I'm having about somebody saying they have a picture of a man, a Jamaican passport for the player when they don't. That's two different things. All right. So, me have a next look one me go drop to you, but think that somebody that call no coach means then I don't even know if to take the next call while they're on the phone.
Me can't jump if I save the person. If the person number saving on your phone, you can just add him to your call. Or her.
But why do I need to play the video? If I say what Demo said, I have to prove what the person. What people, haven't I said that because Issa Allen said the court said the player had a passport. I said, yes, the coach said that. Do you and I have a disagreement, Issa Allen? Do you and I have a disagreement?
But Issa, when the court said in public.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to him. It's a press conference and he said it. And I said, yes, the coach has said it.
Man is not disagree with you.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. Why you want me to play the video?
But them say them are going to clear up or clarify what the coach mean.
I have clarified it. There you go. And I said it, the coach made a mistake. I said, I have clarified it. That is not sufficient. You want Simon to clarify it? Simon can clarify it. And the coach is going to. That is not what I am discussing. What I am discussing is somebody saying that they have a picture of a man, Jamaican passport, who don't have one. That is what I am discussing. And we must stop telling lies. That's a different thing.
Yeah, but even if you say initially, yeah, backtrack, Issa, man, don't say I agree with you. You say what the coach said was not correct.
Yes,
and that he must say,
and then
just accept that.
He sent me the video, and I said, okay, Issa, you're right. So I don't know where I try to prove. Yo. But let me tell you, coach me, you say YouTube.
4 days, man, in there try to explain it to this to Issa.
Because that is not the issue Issa have.
Oh.
Let me see if I can call this person while you're on the phone. Because we need to. All right, so here's the next thing, because we have a next one. We have a next one I need to deal with right now too. All right, now I said no. I hope for the right thing. Thank you, Demo.
Big up.
I did not do a show yesterday. I did not do a show yesterday, Issa Allen. So I did not say that to you yesterday. I did not do a show yesterday, sir. So get your facts right. All right.
Issa this?
No, this is
no. Coach, this is not Issa. It's Germany.
Yes,
Coach, I was saying something.
This is Issa. Don't try and change your name. This is Issa.
No, this is not Issa. That's not Issa. Coach, I want you to listen to me. Man is man, with all due respect, this is your show, but I want you to give me a chance to talk. Don't cut me off, please. I want disrespect you in no way, shape, or form. But coach, well, yeah, listen to what man is man say, right? Man is man say a bunch of stuff earlier, which is very, very, oh my God, boy, I can't know which part to start. But you said something about people are leak documents, right? And you said, so them said, right? In other words, then you don't see it, right? But there's one person that I know is doing the recruiting, right? And I'm not going to call his name. That man is a good man. He's out there at work for Jamaica, right? I contact players, right? That man is not no farmer sharing or nothing. So if other people have certain stuff like that, I don't know about that, right? But this person, right? This man that go to I give him best. I try to recruit players them and reach out to them. Then the JFF or the coach decide, right? This man not in enough farmer documenting, right? And so whoever I do them so well, when here is a coach, right, is the fans them now. I don't know which set of fans are who are recruiting or what, but this person I know that does recruit with some good players. That man not pass information to none of we. Him not show no documents.
What you say? I don't understand what you say.
No. You said a while ago, it seems like it's the fans that are the ones that are sharing documents and stuff like that, right?
So well, yeah, hold on. We have to have dialogue. We can't have monologue.
Yeah.
The fact
that's something
I said that. Hold on. I said that based on a comment that was posted in the chat. A comment was posted that other information is being shared in a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
So I made comment because when I saw that when it was placed on the screen, I said it seems as if on a JFF for the problem again are the fans them, because if you share information like that is very bad.
Okay, so that was okay. So you get that from the audience then, not from what Management was saying. Okay, I apologize for that. But I want to be careful. This is what I want to say. The man that's doing the recruiting, this man not share no information. A big man, I know much better. Whoever is doing these things, which I don't know because I haven't seen anything, right? And then I hear, man, you say, so you're here. Did you see these documents? Did you see some other information going around? Are you hearsay? Ask me, I ask you.
Caller. Since I've been at the JFF, I've gotten players' personal information from out of groups.
And this is bad. Whoever is doing this is bad.
So
if this is happening, it is bad.
Isn't that what I've been saying?
Yes, no, but I also heard you saying that statement a while ago. You said alleged. Okay, so if you're getting these things, right?
I don't know if
this person.
Caller, but what we're speaking about today is a statement that was made on the program a few days ago, where someone said they have a picture. I put up the comment. They have a picture of the passport of a player. Because the conversation was what the player's non-selection had nothing to do with documentation. That the player is being.
I think I know where you're going.
Hold on. The player was not selected, and the whole local versus this and who is better than. And I said that I had come out after the Gold Cup with my review and said that the player could not have played.
That was when Issa raised this thing about what the coach had said and I had said. Someone
Call
said,
mute the background.
Can I address that?
so let me just finish and then I'll let you get out. So,
yeah,
my position is, as of the 10th of the 7th, 2025, 3:31, there is no Jamaican passport for the player that this person said they have a picture for. So that person is lying. And anybody else who says that is lying. That is my argument today.
Okay, so let me answer that real quick. So I think I know what the person is saying. No. If the coach come out and the coach come out now, what you call it, the press conference, not one time, two times, I say stuff and don't do it, I say stuff and do the opposite. But when he said that this player have his passport and his citizenship, then we the fans is gonna expect that. No, so you're saying that, right?
Hold on. Slow down. You say you're going to answer the question, or you made a statement.
Yes.
So let me finish.
But if the coach said the player have his passport, right? We the fans believe the coach.
So if the coach says the player has a passport, all right, and the coach made a mistake, how does that translate in I have a physical copy of the passport? Explain that to me. That all I want just please, once you can explain that to me, because I will rest my case.
Man, I think you're trying to frame it in a different way. This is the thing that I noticed with you.
What am I?
You're turning to attack. No, let me finish. Let me finish and then you talk.
No.
No, let me finish and then you talk. Let me finish and then you talk. Let me finish.
Don't tell me
finish. No. I'm going to finish and let you talk. Listen, you're very good at this, right? You wiggle way out and spin it around. If the coach come out and say, have this player in the right, and the coach will answer the player have his passport, right? Then we the fans is gonna believe the coach answer the player have his passport, and then when the coach said a different statement, what do you think that we must believe?
So what did I say you're not supposed to? Did I say you're not supposed to believe that, Jermaine? When did I tell you that?
But that is where you alluding to, man.
Do not, Jermaine.
It's delusional.
If you
listen,
here's your problem. You believe you can come and lecture me, and if I speak back to you, no.
See?
Yes, what I'm saying is, when I speak back to you, you talk about me being defensive. The title of my thing says "Set of Liars." I brought up the comment that the person made. Listen to my point again, and tell me how I'm being defensive. How at one point did I tell the fans? You tell me. What point did I tell anybody you're not supposed to believe what the coach said? What I said is that the person.
So,
let me finish now, man. You say you're gonna make me talk. So if you want to talk, I don't have to speak to you. You can speak, and then you hang up. And then when you hang up, I can speak. I can do that. So you let me finish. So let me ask you a question. Do you want to speak and hang up?
No, I'm saying go ahead and talk.
Okay.
Yeah, let me speak and hang up.
Yeah,
because I have to get back
so don't
to
ask me any question.
The whole premise of this. Let me finish and make it talk.
No, man. Hold on. So here's the condition. Don't ask me any question because we're not having a conversation. Make a statement and go.
Let me make a statement. Right. I think if the coach never said one thing and then go back on his word, I would not be having this conversation, right? So I think that's where the whole thing is coming from. So if the coach misspoke and I come to you, the coach gonna come out and speak tomorrow or whatever he does his next press conference, then fine be it. But you cannot say to onto the fans that if the coach said one thing, the player have a passport and we must not believe the coach, and then you get mad by the fans and spin it. I just don't see that as right. But this is your show, sir, and you can spin it on the way you want to spin it. I listen to your talk. Have a good day.
All right, so people, I will not. I want you to respond to Jermaine, not me. I want you, and if I have said anything about what the fans, all I said about the fans is that when speaking to the person who said they have the copy of the passport, when these things happen, it creates a frenzy among the fan base, which is exactly what Jermaine is alluding to. That is why people must not tell lie. I went as far as saying, if this person can present, he doesn't have to send it to me, send it to Jermaine,
And if Jermaine calls back and says, I have this copy of this passport, then I will not do YouTube for the rest of the year. My issue is when we come and present information that is not true. I went as far as saying that there are times, Minzy and I said it, there are times when people make mistakes. There are times when they don't have all the information. There are times when you don't have all the information. So for you now to come and say that I am attacking fans and twisting it and making it about fans, it is not true, sir. Nobody was doing that. Nobody at any point. The second point is this. There is no player or no person passport information that should be circulating around. None. So the fact that people can even suggest the idea that it is circulating is an issue. And final point is, the court saying the player has a passport cannot coincide with a person saying they have a physical passport if one is not available. And if you all want to say, okay, the court is a liar, the court is a wicked, fine, you can say that. But let's speak about the person that I'm addressing on the program. Who? The person is in the chat, you know. The person is in the chat. And the person obviously has realized that they have made a mistake. They are not defending their position. And then other people are making point about it. Minzy, what Issa Allen said, he sent you the passport? Because him send it to you.
No, him send it to you. Him send me in a group with him. I'm tell him say me in a group. Him say look for me in a group. I'm tell him say him go tag me. I'll know me I wait for the tag. And me can't say nothing. But him say him send it to you. Oh, yeah, but me not get no message, Issa. You say me in a group. Me not get no message. Me I check me I look on my WhatsApp 1,000 times. Me not in a group with the Issa. Me ain't in a group, brother. Me not in a group with no youth. Hey, Issa, I know me. Issa, I know me. Stop frame me. The first day me come on a show now frame me say me only in a group, brother. Me ain't in a group, man. Somebody else, our next coach. A reggae boy's coach, a reggae girl's coach. Yeah, I know me.
So my point, people, let me go back to my argument. All right? Coach Binzi, you remember you said, Banisbal, get to the thing, right? And all I said is that, because even Triple E said, Triple E said that he saw it on some Trinidad thing. All right? Which is, and that is why I said, if there is passport information, is not a passport that came through, right? Came through where? Came through Pika, which means he can have an ex-passport, But up to today, the player don't have a Jamaican passport. And my position is, so no one should say that. No, we can, like, let me add, Brent, we can see a lot of things about a lot of other stuff and whether the coach made a mistake or some people think it's a mistake and that he misspoke and some people say it's a lie.
And some people will call it a lie, yeah.
And that we can't argue about that. Your opinion on that is different.
But Manins, then the man must say me in a group with them too. So I want really go in a group. Man, I see me picture in there. I want to go on. So them are fake coach in a group.
Hey,
tell brother.
Hold on, make sure say me there in that group there now. But
Issa, on the delete me out of that group there, man.
You then
delete me out of that group there, Issa.
How you reaching out the group, Coach Minzy?
Me don't know.
Okay.
Me I look for a message from Issa all now. Me can't see it forward.
Anyway, we have Brad for the phone. Lord of mercy. Problem. But Bam, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening, Manny's man. Good evening to your viewers.
First thing I know is that you will correct me. If I just want to know, like, come in away, agree with me, Because you hear the discussion. I don't want you to agree with me. But what is your take on the discussion?
All right, so to be fair, I wasn't listening to the discussion
thoroughly.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention thoroughly. But when I came on fully, it was in the last part when you were saying Jeremy to talk and hang up or not expect. So I wasn't listening quite clear. But what I will say though,
man, I have my passport, man.
Minty, stop joking what you think about. Bob, go on.
We're not hear Bam clear though.
Hold on.
Bam,
You're not hearing me
speak up.
clear? Hold on, you're not hearing me?
Yeah, we are hearing now, like you're not go in and out.
Yeah, so what I say is, the one is one point. All right, I've always held this view that the process or the way in which Jamaica goes about getting persons who are connected by heritage to come and play for the country is a very strange process. And I think the federation should take some blame for the way in which they have allowed the process to continue. And part of the reason of it is, for one, I believe that if persons are entrusted or their services are being asked of or they are being requested to assist players in getting citizenship and passport and doing recruitment, I think those persons should be commissioned by the federation. So I don't think that you should have other situation where anyone can just be out there assisting players to get documentation. That's the first part. The second part, which is quite concerning, is like in the age in which we live in now, and how the world is going, like a person's passport is a very, very important document, you know. And I don't believe, even though I don't believe that the information on a person's passport or them driver's license or any sort of those sensitive information should just be passed around to any and anybody. Like I don't know when that became a thing, but it shouldn't be a thing. So it's kind of weird now if you have multiple people coming up and say, "Yo, have a picture of the passport," or "Me see the passport," or "Me see the player citizenship," or them documents, or whatever the case is. Like, me find that kind of weird, you know. I mean, for privacy and other reasons, like, I don't think that should be. But again, the way in which the federation has allowed this process to continue, it's not being done in a very structured and organized way, and because of that, you will continue to have these different variations of things and person's information going to where it shouldn't go or the places which it shouldn't get to and stuff like that. And I just think something is wrong with the process. That's my main thing. Like, I think the process, I think there's something wrong with the process.
Yeah. Well said, Bob. And all I'm saying is that because my whole point today is the person who said they have a copy, prove it, because I know it is not true. Right? Because we can have the other discussions. So fine. The court said somebody go and believe like what the court said, which is the other point they were making, is a lie or it caused people to be fine. The coach made a mistake, and that's my opinion. That's your opinion. However, I don't think the court saying the player has a passport, whether you think it's a lie or it's a mistake, has anything to do with the next individual saying they have a physical copy or a picture of a document that does not exist any at all. You cannot say you have a picture because I cannot say, hey, you know that Lionel Messi have him Jamaican passport, and then you say to me, you know me have a picture of Messi passport. The two things don't reconcile. They don't, which is the point I'm making. So even if the coach erred, if the coach lied, when somebody else says they have a physical copy and they don't, that's a lie. That's it. And like, there's no need to argue or go around that. And then the second point, which is what you made, Bam, which is what Coach Minzy and I are saying, the federation has to find a way of having a place, a point where everyone must call in or send information to this personal space or place or number for this. Because until that happens, things like this are going to happen. And you cannot blame the fans. Unlike Jermaine, who is believing like I'm blaming, you cannot blame the fans for consuming the information they have, because not everybody process information the same way. If I come out tomorrow and say these 10 players will be here, a lot of people are going to believe, even if I'm lying, because that's how fans are. Sidimo here said that him here CC on radio. I said that Malik have passport long time. Now what CC is going to say to you, Demo, and the coach tell him so. That's what CC is going to say to you.
See, the same thing is man.
Same thing is
Hey, you know sir. Same thing himself. But you know sir, Issa send me a message, manins.
Yeah.
With a man impersonate me now on group for show.
You see,
I see your smart, you know. So man, them use my name in a group.
You see what me I tell you, man?
People and things me in a group with them.
You see what me I tell you? You see what me I tell you? You see what me I tell you about them group thing here? Them thing are serious. Serious thing. Why would a man do that now? What has means it done for you to be using his name in a group that is not even a part? You see all them things and I send message. And then it's not a laughing thing, Drew Ross. It's not a laughing thing.
That's a serious thing.
It's not a laughing thing. It's not a laughing
because it come public and now them have a change the name. Yo, Issa tell him man never stop use my name, brother. Me not have no picture up with no all number, brother. Me not get added in no group. Me not talking in no group. Wanna get me out of the group.
CC, I soon answer your call.
Man, in Zikomore.
Yeah, man, go and deal with it.
You can answer CC, me a cut.
Yeah, man. A serious thing, boss. When you think of some joke business, this one I laugh. When you take them things for trivial matters, boss. It's not trivial. CC, easy yourself. Me soon call you back. And when we take the call here, and someone I laugh because when you take it for a joke, because when I agree with some of these things, let me just call CC and then me leave. Serious thing, boss. Some of these things need to stop. Need to stop, boss.
Yeah.
Sir, CC.
Yeah.
What kind of message you can send? What a message you can send in the comments? Oh, you tell me for calling and you tell me for hold on.
No, me somebody just matter. Me I said to you, me I said to Demo say.
Why the hell?
Whenever Demos
man I call me name and you're not allowing me to speak. But you can't which one I call a name? Nobody on the phone call a name.
Me I talk.
Then you're Demon then here.
No, me I said to you say me realize say this man me tell the man say brother I am a male, a man. So I don't know if it's because they never see me before, they feel as if they want to follow up me somewhere. Me no swing that way them about. So don't engage in my name.
Sissy,
every minute.
You really call the program fit talk to Demon?
No, because no.
So why
no,
you come public to talk to Demon?
So why the man?
But that is in the comment section, CC. Why would you come on the phone and talk about it when it's in the comment section?
So then I go talk on the phone. I say Unseen is there asking me if me says something about passport. I say brother, when me ask the coach if the player get him passport, the coach say yes. What me if you do? The coach say player get him passport. So me say okay, then fine. That is what the coach said to me in a press conference.
Fine.
So why me I go take it up? Well, I know management. I say why me I go take it up on myself and talk about people documents and me no know about documents. Me not say a man document. Me not process a man document. Me not peak a officer. Me not busy about them things. Me just ask why him not get selected, and the coach say he only recently found out that he got his passport. The Thursday, that's what the coach said in a press conference.
Right,
and have nothing more
and I heard that CC because Issa Allen sent me, and I said the coach said that, and I'm saying to you, I sought to clarify it with Issa. I said Simon is going to come tomorrow clarify it, and the coach is going to clarify it because the player got the citizenship and not the passport. You, in your opinion, you are saying that he lied. But here's why it don't make any sense, CC. If you're asking him about selecting the player, it would be, if he's going to tell a lie, the lie should be the player don't have documentation.
That's why I'm saying to you when he said that the player have him passport. I said to myself, if the player have him passport,
but listen,
why would you not select the player?
But listen to me now, CC. You are saying that the coach is lying. you believe the coach should select a particular player. So you're asking about the player. If the coach was going to lie, why would the coach tell a lie that yes, the player can play? If the coach don't want to play him, the coach should say if he's going to tell a lie, the player don't have any documentation, so therefore he can't call him. So the fact that he even erred in saying that the player have documentation means that he's not lying.
Well, put it like this, man. The coach, last time the coach did it, Bobby Reid have an injury. He said Bobby Reid have some thing must he expect a child or something like that, right? And then
Bobby Reid had a child recent. Well, you know,
which I'm not saying no. I am not saying no, but I'm saying to you that in the next he's injured. In the same space, in a couple of days later, Bobby Reid is injured. So I'm saying that why is it that you never just give up, say the one thing from day one, say Bobby Reid is expecting a child, but Bobby Reid is injured. Say it from
but the two things didn't happen. Remember how Bobby Reid got injured? So the child, see, I can tell you, and then you can choose to believe what you want to believe. But I can just give you my I can give you my understanding. And don't worry, I'm going to be interviewing Bobby Reid. He had a child, all right? Bobby played a game. Can't remember Bobby was playing. It was in the game that Bobby got injured, you know.
Remember, Bobby Reid injured before the something there, but Bobby Reid injured before the squad call up. Before the squad call up. So when he have a press conference, he could have said Bobby Reid is injured.
No,
Bobby Reid was injured before the press call up.
So hold on. So you're in the press conference, did the coach say Bobby Reid? So in the said press conference, let me just ask you, because you need to bring clarity. Because
in the press conference, the USA
in the USA games, that is in the Nations League, the Nations League, Bobby Reid had a child during that window.
Yes.
So what was the lie?
I am saying to you that Bobby Reid was injured prior to the squad being selected. So I'm saying that when the coach comes and say, oh, Bobby Reid is expecting a child, fine, nothing is wrong with that. But then you come in the next press conference. One of the man, you come in the next press conference when they went to US and said Bobby Reid is injured.
But he was injured.
But I'm saying Bobby Reid was injured from the first press conference management. So why did you not just say that at the first press conference?
But Cece, just listen what I'm saying though. To say that is a lie is not.
I'm not saying this is a lie. I'm saying to you.
Okay.
I'm saying it is lying, you know.
Okay.
I am saying to you that the information, right? And maybe that's how he wants to disseminate the information. The information being disseminated, the injury would have been disseminated at the same time he was talking about the child.
Okay, that's what I mean. So you're saying that your preference is that the coach should have said everything one time. He's injured and he's with a child. Okay, all right.
He's injured and he's expecting a child. Because when you said he was expecting a child, it left the conversation open to say, oh, maybe he can come in for the second leg. So maybe at that point in time, he realized and came back and say, let me tell the people, Mr. Bobby Reid injured, so they don't expect him to play the second leg. Right. We have seen players miss the first leg of a game and come in for the second leg.
So sometimes, right? So you are a sports person. So sometimes a player get a knock. Let me just say this to you. And you think it's because and that's what I'm saying to you. You have to go back to that Leicester game that Bobby was playing. Because when Bobby played in the game and got the knock, no one even knew that it was going to lead to surgery, CC. All I'm saying to you is that, so it is possible. I don't know because I'm not the coach. You can always ask him at the next press conference. It is possible that having dealt with the child, like you said, he would have been available. However, the injury was serious enough that would also cause him to not be able to play. Because people sometimes wait a couple of days to do like scans or get back results. So maybe what you'd have to find out is whether or not he got the information on the status of the injury. But we cannot use that to kind of draw the conclusion that there's some level of dishonesty.
No, I understand that management, but
Okay.
then when you come out and say based on where Ravel is playing, blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, and then circle back now and Ravel gets selected, then you are saying that did Ravel change clubs? Is he still not playing the same place that you
Okay.
spoke about a couple of weeks ago? So those are I'm saying the pattern in which you're answering. All I'm saying is that the coach might be human, and coach is human, right? So put it like this:
Me I try to figure out how this have to do with the argument we may have.
No,
first.
no, we have to go to the.
Listen, because here's my argument that I am having. We should not come and say things like that can be proven by fact. We cannot come out and say the person, I have a physical copy or picture of the person's passport when that document.
Right. So
that is my argument from here. All right.
All right. So put it like this then, management. I don't know about that. All right. So let me say this. Anyone who says they have a picture of a person's passport and something is somebody that probably sell bag juice on a roadside or in a par with demons. So you not really know say
CC,
if you not say certain
CC, you see me?
But anyway,
we are called demon name I think for man. You and demon are brethren, you and demon are then a group together, what?
Listen what me say, management. Remember, me in a work group, me in a school group, me in a something there, me in a family group. So me not know so like some people say, oh, I'm in no group, but maybe them born in the 70s, so they don't really understand how the world I work right now. I mean a work group, me in a group for school, me in a group for family. So me don't know what is wrong with a person being in a WhatsApp group. I don't know, but apparently something is wrong. But anyway, me I say, management, the person who came out and said them see the guy passport or them have picture passport, them people are people who are just uneducated because there's no way.
You cannot say, but you don't know who you're going to say the person uneducated.
It don't matter how management, it matter how that person is uneducated. It don't matter how because management. How is it that in this God's green earth right now in life, you will get up and say somebody's traveling document, you have a copy of it?
Jesus,
in this era we're living in, how would you come out and say, it's like me come out and say, oh, me have a copy of management driver's license. What am I doing with a copy of management driver's license? I'm not working at a bank where, and if I'm working at a bank, it even worse because if management come and do a management come do in business at the bank, and me will take him thing off of the file and have it. And in the worst management, these things are criminal activities and criminal. People don't understand. These things are subjected to prosecution. Some of them know why a man would have come out and feel like him can just come and say them thing there.
All right, what I would say is that the team was in Austria. And normally when the team travel, just because one of the things I chose to do when I got there was whenever the team is traveling, right? I normally get to the airport to do like the check-ins and stuff like that. All right. So there was this occasion when I had all the passports. It's when I got to the airport and took out the passport, the police came. And the first question they asked me, what are you doing with so many passports? It took me a while to explain to them because of the language barrier. So I believe, except like it is your kids and family, that people should not be in possession of other people's passport. I don't know if there's a law or anything, but I don't think it should be something. All right? But I don't know how people come by these stuff.
All I'm saying is this, right, management? Yeah. I've said this all the time. If we like a player and we would want to see the player play, then you probably can go and ask the coach, what do you think about this player? Or, if the coach says something, maybe maybe the coach in terms of saying a passport and me saying, because I'm of the viewpoint that if the coach don't say it, me not believe it. So if the next person come and say it, me not really go work with the next person unless the coach say it. So because me say at the end of the day, the coach deal with the side. So if the coach man play 4-4-3, 4-3-3, and the next man say the coach now play 4-3-3, how me believe in next man when I coach, I got to deal with that. So that's why I say in terms of if we see a player and we like the player and want the player to play, I just think it just stay at where it is. Like we see the player, well, like the player will say, "Oh, you know, we would love for this player to play for Jamaica," but to delve into the realms of, oh, I see the passport and I may have actual evidence of the passport. Them think they're going to far right.
All right, so let me just say, you don't have to answer this question, right? A question is in the comment section. Should I ask you or should I go past it? Come down.
They can ask me, man. They can ask me.
All right, so let me just tell you, the question is from Demo. Should I ask you the question or not?
Yes, may I say you can ask me the question.
All right. They say I must ask you if you didn't see the passport in JT them group.
I am not in JT group any at all.
Okay. All right.
So
because I think somebody up the, I think Alex up the top said that you are in JT group. I figure he's in.
No
there.
man, I'm in Reggae Boys and community group where we that try to do the whole supporters. Reggae Boys supporters club thing. So
if you're in a group CC and you work where you work, the kind of work you do, if you're in a group and you see these things, you have to tell the people that it is that.
No man, that's why I say something.
You tell the people them already, so you see the information in the group before.
No, I'm saying to you, I am probably one of the person who is probably the most vilified person in the group or any group, because number one, I've always told people you cannot just get up and say certain things and just post certain things and just be. You understand? Like if we are talking about Reggae Boys supporting Reggae Boys and we are talking about football, left it at that. People personal information, anything personal outside of football is not something we cannot discuss. And it's not like, oh, you're going to try to police a person, but you have to make them know. Because at the end of the day, I know that my job is subject to character referencing and background check and all sort of stuff. So me can associate myself with people who are engaging in these type of folly. And then me know at the disadvantage of not having a job or anything like that. Because I've done jobs. So I've done jobs management where them search my social media. Like me have to present all of my socials, all of them things, anything that I'm posting, anything them goes through, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then send people come to the place where I live, talk to people in the area, talk to other people that is associated with me. So I can't engage in certain type of argument or certain. But I always tell people, and I think sometimes some people, them, I don't know, I don't want to insult anybody, but I think some persons are not okay with the formal system, are okay with formal or corporate Jamaica to the point where them just say certain things and they don't know the impact it can have on somebody's career or somebody's life. You understand what I said? They don't really know because them just think, just like how people think corporate Jamaica is an handout place. Like they must say, corporate Jamaica should sponsor this. Corporate Jamaica should sponsor that. Corporate Jamaica should sponsor. So I'm like, what is going on? Like people don't understand. Like they don't really understand the dynamics or the workings of these formal organizations or institutions. So they just say anything. So it's for even reference point. The person who came and spoke about that passport or spoke about information regarding the passport. And you remember the same thing management when I was having a conversation and say, oh boy, I think when it comes on to players who play for the country, we wouldn't want to burden parents or anything like that, because at the end of the day, we don't want people to be in a position where they want to say, hey, we didn't do this and we didn't do that. So my child, you understand? You don't want anything of that sort. If people donate or help, it should be probably anonymous or random people or companies or organizations. And when I said that, somebody come out and tell the management, oh, CC said pay for play for U17. And I'm like, what? So enough time people do them thing. So at that point in time when that person said it, I was in JT group and the person said it at the time, and I said to the man, I said, brother, what kind of cult business on the day I come apply for my run? Because me not say nothing like that, and a man come now and say that. So after that, now I separate myself from that situation. Remember, I said the man upon YouTube, management, I said, me bad mind him, and I pay a streaming on my car, So I said to myself, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know management, me tell you. I am telling you. Yes, I am telling you that. I don't want to have the gentleman is on the YouTube. I don't want to have the conversation, man. All right. Why do you management? As me say, as I said before, I asked the coach a question, the coach said that, and if that is not the case, then fine. Move on from that. Like the guy, because me I say, oh, maybe me I look on it and say, given the fact that we had Bobby Reed was probably injured and tried to recover, and he came back as an addition, given the fact that Sule Makala would have come in as an addition, I was saying if the guy have him stuff and them needed an addition of a player, why would they not just say, oh, you know what, me get this player in? So maybe as I rightfully said, maybe the coach misspoke, maybe some people have said the coach lied, or anywhere you want. Like,
yeah, because that is up to, I mean, Cece, today, like, you see, like those things we can't control how people interpret stuff. So one person will say, yes, it was a blatant lie. And they will, like you, they'll find other things and say, yeah, this is a lie, this is a lie. And then I'll oftentimes say to people, like, sometimes people don't lie, no. Right? Sometimes the information is presented in portions. It don't mean that they are lying, and for whatever reason, like there are many things, like people say that I'm corrupt. There are many things that I cannot say because if I were to say certain things, it, like somebody just said, there are people like I am telling you, like when I was doing the video, Malik's uncle was on the stream, and they were concerned because they were thinking that somebody had publicly a copy of his British passport because he doesn't have a Jamaican passport. I would not have said on the stream at that time, but now that it's gone and the thing is resolved, that is it. So I am saying there are times when we just, certain things are not supposed to be said, and it's not that a person is lying. My thing is that because there's for example, like, you see, even this whole thing about assistant coach, a lot of it is being driven by people who have agendas. So for example, and this is politics, and this is just how life is. A lot of times when someone, like, if I don't say I want Davian Ferguson to be the head coach of Jamaica, I could begin to say certain things, one, to undermine someone else or to promote him. And because remember, they said in one of the elections, I think it was how Obama won and how Trump won, that whole social media putting out information. So by the time the person who's supposed to make the decision get to that point, they don't have any choice but to hire, employ the person. Like a lot of the things that are being said about who could be assistant coach, about the president,
people have them narratives, man.
Right, about the present coach, about the present coach. All right, about when calling the names, but there are several names that have been called that are. Could it be that people are putting the narrative out there because one they want the position, or two, they have reason to remove the other person, or three, somebody said this. Yeah.
I've said this, right? When it comes down to certain position, right? I've said this already. A lot of people speak on position, and I remember when the implementation of the whole CONCACAF licensing system coming into Jamaica, and people pushing back and saying license coach. And I'm like, so if it is that the biggest jobs in the world, in like Europe and these places, to get one of these jobs, you'd have to have a certain qualification, and your person's pushing back against it. How is it that you're going to push out a name and we don't know if that name meet the requisite qualifications? So that means it's the same thing that they're running from and saying that we just are, like people that say people who are qualified should be in certain positions. But then when they want film people, them want to get the job, them not busy about qualification, them start asking if qualification can coach.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you believe, say I am a head coach of a team that you employ, and you believe that so you believe that I want a coach to help me, right? Because I'm not satisfied what I have. Why would you get a coach and give me and not allow me to be involved in choosing the coach that I want? Like, so some of the narrative, if you really sit down and have the discussion, it's just about agendas. That's it.
Well, me personally, man, is man.
Because real logical thinking would say to you, it can't make sense. And I think Manasil was saying something about a conversation he had somewhere that if in large places, you really, most times when an assistant coach is being relieved, it is because the head coach is being relieved of their job. Because most times when a team is not, I don't know, you just feel like in football, it is not normally the assistant coaches that end up in problems.
But normally the management, the assistant coach.
What I'm saying that the coach, nobody, like the head coach has to select his assistant coach. So any other way that it is being portrayed or projected cannot be logical.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you, that management. When you come on to the coach, normally my personal opinion is always saying that if we bring in a coach, and the coach should be able to select whom he want to be his assistant, because based on what we see in football, that's what I normally see. Coaches selecting who they want in terms of them assistant. You understand what I say? So I don't see a situation where if, but as I said before, management, me personally, see the World Cup and who Mrs. Jamaica select, and then we get behind the team in that way. Like for me, all of the other little propaganda and politics, because let me tell you one thing before we go. Me hear people say this, right? Jamaica, me hear people say it, Jamaica will qualify, Jamaica will qualify, and therefore they don't want the. Me feel like me not say it still.
Yeah, don't say it. Yeah, don't say it.
Me not say it because me realize that people, as you rightfully say, have them agenda, have them narrative, and them start come out now based on even probably the group that we get in terms of qualifying. Based on the fact that them probably underestimate the teams that we get and say, me feel like the person what me have in mind can conduit, so them start to say certain things. So I really, as you say, politics and people just putting information out there way to muddy the waters.
Yeah, and sometimes and people, and let me say this, even I can be viewed by others as being guilty of that. So if I want a player, people have said to me, boy, man, is when you want to look at youth player on a team, you interview them on your platform and put them in. Fine. But there's a lot of people with that. And I think it's part of the problem in the football. We don't sit down. So I will say to people, right? People, I'm in a group, right? Not a lot of people. I think it's not a big group. But here's what happened in that group, right? Even if there is madness, we have people who have logical conversation and come to logical conclusion. And if you really sit down, and logically discuss this thing, a lot of the arguments we have on YouTube and stuff don't make sense. A coach must always have the full autonomy to select who his first assistant is. I don't know that coaches don't get that. What I'll say is that I would not be a coach where I don't get to select the person, or I'm not a part of the process of selecting the person who I'm going to ask to run things on my behalf, to watch my back, to help me. That is where
normally your assistant is a person who you normally trust. A coach's assistant is people who you normally trust.
And you have a relationship.
So that's why if when a coach leave, coach normally leave with them assistant.
Exactly.
Coach leave.
Exactly. So I think like in our situation, when the coach came, he had Richard Hartis as his first assistant. Then he had Paul Simpson as his first assistant. So I think the coach needs to find a first assistant. The coach needs to find that.
But I don't think we have said nothing different, management, because I've said it before. I say the coach need to find him one assistant. the coach. And if you find somebody, interview the people and select who must select.
I think
what the federation needs to do is...
I think if the coach have to interview the person, that is a problem.
That too. But may I say, I think the coach should just find his assistant and say, I'm bringing this person. Right. Then within the budget now, the JFF deal with the financial side of it.
Let me ask you this. If Unseen get a coaching job right now, who do you think is going to be his assistant?
Mr. Meeks.
All right, there you go. So I'm gonna have to interview him. That I rest my case. All right.
But as I said, still money is money. But me could just, as I said though, like to me just have
I am sure if Zidane Matthews at KLS get a job, he's going to probably call you.
Man is man, why have easy the one is
the gazelle.
I would say he would probably call me because people they speak to and sitting.
Yeah. Then you do.
So them things I'm saying you're right.
Because both of you were on commentary when you were doing. Oh, fate is a what?
Fate is a cruel mistress.
And what do you want about gazelle mean? Moving like a what?
What is it? Like a gazelle, like a ballerina on ice. Turn. but man is man, you never hear the one that say yo. I'm gonna say yo, he sliced up. He sliced up the defense like a Domino's pizza delivery guy on a Wednesday, but failed to deliver. Yeah, but as I said before, I understand what you're saying.
Cece, don't try no more here. Don't repeat that Domino pizza business.
With like you don't with you use certain tone in a word, man.
Don't use
the Domino pizza. You slicing up like if you don't know a simile and metaphor and them sitting them on it, man. Yeah. A simple thing, man. I say onomatopoeia and them foolishness there.
Onomatopoeia or onomatopoeia? Which one?
Yeah, onomatopoeia. But I'm just saying that maybe I should use certain terms because say, as I said before, we have an allergy to certain things in Jamaica, and we have an allergy to certain things.
The word is not allergy.
Allergy.
Yeah. All right. So no.
Yeah, I'm just saying some people are allergic to when it comes on to certain things. Like the first thing them come tell you, oh, you think you do this, you think you do that, you go there. So the realize is Jamaica the only place we ever been in and people behave so.
See, man, them said that Zidane would not. They said that Zidane would not pick you because he says over and over that you don't know how to analyze sports.
Oh well. Yeah, you see sometimes people do. I want things to do, man. Yeah, you have to understand people. As I said before, Jamaica is a unique. Well, there's a unique set of people who are Jamaicans. Where I never see it in nowhere else in the world. Me ever go.
So you believe you can analyze sport? You believe you can?
I not believe what I know me can do. I know my shortcomings and I know what I can do.
So break down what is going on with West Indies. Break down. I have 2 minutes leave. Break down what is going on with West Indies cricket in the series against Australia for me.
West Indies cricket in the series against Australia?
Yeah.
What's going on with West Indies? Like it's predominantly what has been affecting West Indies over the years. West Indies does not. Like when it comes down to technical players who can bat, they lack the players with the technical skill set to go out there and bat for 2 and 3 hours. So even if we found, which we have found, a couple of bowlers and fast bowlers, because pace bowling is the foundation of test domination. And I don't know who wants to say otherwise, but pace bowling is the foundation and test domination. And what I mean by that is that when it comes down to pace bowling, it is more applicable across all conditions, as opposed to spin bowling, which is more likely to you have to have suitable conditions for spinners to be thriving. Whereas a pacer, a great paceman, can thrive in certain conditions. For example, Courtney Walsh averages 20 in the subcontinent, taking up, I think, about 77 wickets at the average of 20. So and I think they'll stay in also, I think at the average of 20, over 70 plus wickets. So when it comes down to West Indies, what we lost is in terms of the technical aspect of players in terms of their batting. But because of the pitch preparation in the Caribbean now, it's more of pitches that are they produce unpredictable bounce. So sometimes the ball will just come to your knee, or the ball will just fly over your head. After that, the ball is moving all sorts of ways. So you have the batsmen now who are out there batting defensively. So they don't develop their attacking game in terms of their shot selection and their shot making. So they don't have the time to do that because the wicket that they're playing on is not conducive to do that. So therefore you find that when they come up to the West Indies on the senior level, then they are unable to navigate the likes of a Pat Cummins and those guys. So it's pretty much a deep-rooted thing. And if I realize in the region now, spin bowlers are dominating. And it just coincides with... By the way,
this is Stefan right here. I was still say, I hear my say so. All right, about the KLAS business.
Oh, in good man.
But CC, let me say this to you. You see what have you been watching the cricket, CC? Be honest. You watch any of the games?
Yeah, yes, I watch the games.
You watch the games or you watch highlights, CC? Be honest.
No, man. All right, I'm gonna tell you. I watched the first test, I think the innings. And I watch
the first innings, the first innings of Australia bat.
The first test?
In the first innings,
Australia get ball out to 180.
Australia batted first.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Yes, when man, then put up 180 and then we go put 190.
All right. So let me hear what this. Let me explain something to you, right? So while you're saying that the West Indies players cannot play attacking, they have not developed the skill set to do that. West Indies have some of the better T20 players that is built around attacking. And they play against, and they play against all of these Australians and they beat them out of the park. So I don't think it is because they can't play attacking.
Okay, so put it like this, management. What you did, well, remember that T20 game, requirements for a T20 game is different than the requirements for a test game. For example, in a T20 game, you have a power play and you have certain fielding restrictions. In a test game, unless I'm mistaken, Dima probably can clarify it because in self-professed cricketer, I don't think you have that amount of restrictions.
What every day you depend Dima, what you doing?
Well, I'm not management. I'm saying in the test in the T20, you have power play and you have certain fielding restrictions. When power play,
but you have fielding restrictions. You have fielding restriction in the test cricket.
In the test cricket,
you have fielding restrictions.
Restricted. I'm saying to you that it is test cricket is more stringent than T20.
In terms
allows for a power play.
In fact, CC. In fact, when in the beginning of a test cricket game, it's way easier to go over the top for many hours because a lot of players it's the bowling is attacking or to restrict our attack.
I'm saying to you that in test cricket it is less restrictive than T20. So I'm saying to you that because of that,
test cricket is less restrictive.
The fielding strategy is less restrictive, management, than T20. I remember you're navigating and not decide that you're going to play for 4 or 5 days. While T20, you know that you only have 20 overs, 120 balls to make runs.
So CC, what you want me to understand is that West Indies have somehow, over the years, develop a strategy to make our bowlers better, but not improve our batsmen. So we have made the bowlers. Your analysis is that West Indies cricket has found a way to make their bowlers better in the same conditions and their batsmen not improve in test cricket. That is not good analysis.
Management, look at this. Let me say this before I go. When it comes down to batting is cultivated through certain conditions.
So isn't pace bowling cultivated in certain conditions?
But I'm saying pace bowling, your pace bowling, a pace bowler is able to thrive across condition, meaning that he might not be as best at his very best in the much flatter wicket.
No, but Steve Smith is a batsman who strives and in every condition.
I must say, but then, Shanda Paul then. Shanda Paul is not a batsman who thrives in every condition, no management.
Really?
Shanda, yes.
What type of condition Shanda Paul used to struggle in?
Shanda Paul struggles on pitches that are chore. Where the bounce is predictable. Where the bounce is predictable.
Cece, we're going to have
this. I am saying.
Cece, all right.
We're going to have this discussion. I'm telling you, that's why negative rating. When you get Shanda Paul thrives.
Cece, do not do that. Cece, do not do that to yourself. Whether people rate Shanda Paul or not has nothing to do with his quality.
All right, man. I'm saying to you that Keanu Williamson thrives in any condition. Smith similar. Brian Charles Lara similar. Jack Kelly similar. Shanda Paul is a batsman that doesn't strive in any condition. I'm telling you. And even though I'm average 50 plus.
So you're saying that Shanda Paul does not strive in any condition, but he averages 50 cc. People at KLAS would tell you at this point to order juice from the bartender. Order juice from the bartender.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself. All right, that was CC. People, the show. On that note, we have come to a true ending of the show, courtesy of CC. So this is the truest ending of the show that we could ever come to. All right, but big up for yourself. It was a good, long one, people. Like Demo says, go to Sabina and day 5, West Indies versus Australia, day and night. All right, 1 p.m. in the daytime it starts. All right, so Saturday is when it starts, 1 p.m. Sabina Park. Long time a cricket game to play at Sabina Park, day and night. First in Jamaica. Seriously, go and watch it. I hear that prices are very low, unbeatable prices. You understand me? Party stand are the mount back in action again. So nice look outing. You understand me? All right, so big up on yourself. I am Management. This is I Am Sure Sport. And as usual, I get to this point of the show. CC make me want to laugh. We say we are over and we are OUT out of here.